win. What do we call this when they win? I know some people call it Victory Monday. What is today called? Well, I'll tell you this. It's called the Patriots are 4-2, and they have potentially an MVP candidate. Wrote an article at 985thesportup.com today, just giving out the latest odds on Drake May and where he stands amongst the best in the NFL after 6 weeks. We'll get into that coming up in just a little bit. A ton of reaction from last night's win in New Orleans. I said it was a trap game, and it had all the makings of it. All of it. One possession game, coming down to a final review and a challenge, coming down to the refs being involved. It was all there. But the reason why they won the game was Drake May. And today might as well just be the Drake May show. Because at this point, when you watch the Patriots, they have some issues. Running game, their blind's not perfect, their defense isn't great. But you know who is? Drake May. So is Mike Vrabel a great coach? Is Josh McDaniels back as the other? It's all because of Drake May. So if you want to call in and do all that, you can. But for 20 years, I listened to all of you say, oh, it's because of Brady. It's because of Brady. So here I am 6 games in telling you all this is because of Drake May. It's all because of Drake May. It's hard to win one-dimensional football in the NFL. It's hard to do it, but guess what? They're doing it with Drake May, right? Trying to close out games. You can't run the football. What do? You give it to Drake May on a 3rd and 11. That's what you do. Yesterday, if you watched that game, because I hope you watched, I will tell you that Drake May, whenever they threw the ball, they did well. Whenever they ran the ball, they did it. It was pretty simple. Drake May, Drake May, Drake May. And how about this? When we were talking about it at the time, hey, look at all these quarterbacks. I always thought Caleb Williams had the highest ceiling, meaning he could probably reach the highest potential based off of his ability. Jaden Daniels, I always thought could play right away. Michael Penix, I always thought could play right away. J.J. McCarthy, I always thought could just at least run the offense, right? Bo Nix, same type of guy. Maybe a little bit better than what Mac Jones is, but here he is, a starter for 2 years in a playoff team. But when it comes to Drake May, you thought that maybe he'd be at the worst because he's had multiple different offensive coordinators, different coaches, doesn't have the offensive line, doesn't have the receivers, this, that. 6 games in, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. He's clearly an MVP candidate. And where would the Patriots be without him? The leap is real. The floor has been risen by Drake May. I didn't see this coming. But he was this type of player in college. He was a guy that when he could be elusive and slippery and get open to make big throws downfield, he could do it. And it was on display yesterday for the Patriots. All of it. His running ability, right? His calls at the line, his QB sneaks, his pitch awareness. It was all there. I think they've taken the training wheels off of Drake May. And I think when they allow him to play the game that he can, we're now seeing a kid, and I say kid because he's still so young, he's not worried about turning the ball over. All he's worried about is getting open to make a big play downfield, and he puts it right in the bucket. He puts it in the right spots. So I'll give guys credit like Kayshon Boutte, who had a big day, and Stephon Diggs and Hunter Henry, and even Pop Douglas for that matter. I'll give all those guys credits for making the plays. But it's Drake May who finds him and puts it in the right spot and finds the one-on-one matchups. I just didn't think it could develop this quick. And if you all thought that, kudos to you, because this is hard to win in this league. It's hard to win back-to-back games. It's hard to win back-to-back games on the road. It's hard to win 3 in a row. And for Drake May, it was hard for him to get a win last year. Now they're 4 wins in. The Patriots have a turnaround right now. I want to give some credit to Mike Vrabel, and we'll do that in a little bit. Because, again, I'm the guy that maybe thought he wasn't the right coach for him. I still don't think Josh McDaniels is the right guy. So whatever Mike Vrabel is doing, whether he's involved or not, good. Because the training wheels have been taken off of Drake May. Drake May is essentially calling the offense. Now, I know that Josh McDaniels calls a few plays because how many times can you run a first down, dive right up the middle? Because I'll give you those numbers because I counted them. So I still know Josh McDaniels is involved. I still know. But I also know that Drake May is now calling the shots, making the big plays downfield, and not turning the football over. I said this a couple of weeks ago, tongue-in-cheek, but my take on the Patriots was this. If they don't turn the ball over, they win. And I was just being funny about it. No. Facts. They don't turn the ball over, they win football games. That's just as easy as that. So we'll love to hear from you guys at 617-779-0985. We're also on YouTube tonight. I know it's a holiday, so if you're kicking around and you just want to, you haven't heard the Joe Show, feel free to jump in. We got Skaz here. We got intern Mark from Curry here as well. The Bruins played earlier today. We'll have some reaction to that. It's their first loss of the year, just in case you didn't watch it. So we'll certainly update you on that. And, the officiating. Did you guys do the smell test yesterday? Was the officiating smelly in the football game? How about the other game? Anybody watch college football? Was it smelly? How about that? How about the game, the extra inning game on Friday night? The umpire. How was that? Because I was sniffing around all weekend long. And you know what's funny? Of course, the people I surround myself with love to bet on sports. That's all right. That's all there. So I think everybody's now doing it. And now we're all taking a bigger, point of view of the impact that the officials make. I tweeted this out the other night. I hate to be a guy who sounds like a guy who always complains about the officials. But guess what? You saw it on display this weekend. The officials literally were involved. And this is what I meant by a trap game. 3 consecutive road games for the Patriots. It doesn't happen often. They beat Buffalo. They came off the big win. I'm going to say they won. They had a clutch gene to close it out. All of that there. They beat a Saints team, but it was still a one-score game. It was still a one-score game, and the refs were involved. They beat the Saints and the refs. Next week, the Patriots will play their 3rd consecutive road game. It will be in Tennessee. The Titans team that just fired their head coach, not to mention fired Mike Vrabel 2 years ago. I'll probably throw in there that Mike Vrabel has as many wins in 6 games this year as the fired coach had in his tenure with the Tennessee Titans. So I just look at it and say, I think Vrabel made the right decision or maybe was kind of given a favor. And I kind of want to balance out a bit. Was it the Tennessee Titans or was it Mike Vrabel? We'll do all that here tonight as we're here until 11. What are we here till? How long are we here till tonight? 10 o'clock. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Zone.
More.
I'm Joe Murray. Full show tonight. Feel free to call in 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well. That was Drake May's touchdown pass to Pop Douglas to open things up. A deep ball. And Pop Douglas with his wiggle gets into the end zone. There were multiple deep balls yesterday by Drake May. There's a lot I want to get into on this game tonight, and it's funny because my opening take was it's all Drake May, and I already have people saying, "Can you admit when you're wrong?" And Joe, your slander on Josh McDaniels, you got it cool. I still think Josh McDaniels isn't perfect. I actually think it's Drake May, not Josh McDaniels. So I'm not going to admit I'm wrong. What I might admit I'm wrong about is that I bet under 8.5 wins this year. Things could happen. I didn't think they could win 9 games this year. So when that happens, I'll take the L. But as of right now, though, it's all Drake May. Now, does Josh McDaniels probably have something to do with the development, or maybe they're not running his offense? Probably. I stand by that. I don't think they're running a lot of Josh McDaniels stuff. But this isn't about Josh McDaniels. It's about their quarterback. Hey, listen, if Tom Brady was here with Josh McDaniels, I wouldn't care who the offensive coordinator was. Like, at some point, Drake May, if he continues this, we're not going to care who the offensive coordinator is. Get out of the way, guy. Let him throw. Let him cook. So that, if you want to blah about the Josh McDaniels thing, I'm still not sold on it. How many damn runs up the middle? I'll tell you soon. Because it wasn't great. So it was almost a trap, but Drake May didn't fall for it. The Patriots proved Sunday they can beat a bad team, a one-dimensional offense, because that's what they are. It might not be easy in the future, but Drake May certainly carried the Patriots to a victory. He showed excellent command in the pocket. I thought he was elusive, slippery. He avoided the pass rush, and all 3 of his touchdown passes were over 20-yard throws. I mean, this is an offense that couldn't throw the ball past 8 yards. So, Josh McDaniels, they couldn't throw it over 8 yards until, I don't know, something changed. Maybe they let Drake May throw the ball more and run his stuff. Drake May hit Pop Douglas on a 53-yard touchdown. A nice little juke into the end zone. Patriots scored again on a contested catch by Kayshon Boutte for a 25-yard touchdown. That was in spite of the Stephon Diggs pass interference call on the other Pop Douglas touchdown that was taken back. So great throw on that one. Things did get tough in the game, though. The Patriots turned the ball over on downs on the following drive on a 4th and 7 on a bad snap, by the way, which could happen anytime, people. A bad snap can happen anytime. A blocked punt can happen anytime. Just wanted to throw that out there. Things can happen in this league, and maybe we've seen it. I can tell you about the Miami Miracle and other things, but we'll get to that. But the Patriots last night, the bad snap wasn't good. They turned the ball over. The Saints were held to a field goal, but they took a 16-14 lead. May finished the half with a perfect passer rating. Hit Boutte for another touchdown, 29 yards down the field. May scored on a 2-point conversion to make it 22-16. I'm still not sure how it was called a 2-point conversion. Like, it wasn't good, and then all of a sudden they gave it to him? I still don't know, but they scored. Again, that's an officials thing. Drake May had a perfect first half almost. 18 of 26 for the game. 18 of 26, 261 yards and 3 touchdowns. And when he faced pressure on Sunday, he was 10 for 16 for 177 yards and 3 touchdowns. Let's not forget the Buffalo Bills blitzed him like crazy, but he got him. I did want to mention Kayshon Boutte, who had his return to New Orleans after playing at LSU. He caught 5 passes for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. 3 of his 5 catches came on passes that traveled at least 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. He averaged 16 yards per target this year. It's 4th most in the NFL. And they were all on that sideline. He's like that boundary receiver over there that really can play that X position. But the last one on the 3rd and 11, it was after the sticks. May threw it right in there. He was tackled in bounds. The officiating mentioned that he was out of bounds. Mike Vrabel used one of his final challenges It got overturned, and they were able to run the clock down to the 2-minute warning that set them up into victory formation. The Patriots are now on a 3-game winning streak. If the season ended today, they would hold a wild card spot in the playoffs. The Patriots look to win 3 consecutive road games in a row against Mike Vrabel's former team, who now has fired their head coach after just firing Mike Vrabel 2 years ago. In my opinion, the Patriots, the way they're playing right now, should absolutely smash the Tennessee Titans. I can give you the historical numbers of playing the third game of 3 games in a row, and generally, it's not favorable. I could also give you the numbers on when a coach gets fired before week 13, that team always has a bounce back firing the coach. All those things could be true. It would be the absolute massive upset letdown if the Patriots were to lose this week to the Titans. So therefore, I'm not putting it on the table. I thought last week was the trap game, and it was. Everything was almost against the Patriots. They couldn't run the ball, right? They couldn't stop them through the air. There were times where Spencer Rattler was doing things to the Patriots. So all those things were real, but what rose to the occasion was Drake May. So this is why it's hard for me to give credit to Josh McDaniels. I'm starting to give more credit to Mike Vrabel, but if I want to credit Vrabel, maybe he's either got on Josh McDaniels in the offense and the offensive coordinators, or he's gotten out of the way. So, I'll defend him for that. But his challenges were great, and we'll get to those in just a little bit here. And I see you guys lined up on the phone lines. We'll get to you in a minute here at 617-779-0985. The Drake May MVP campaign is on. He's averaged 245 passing yards through the Patriots' first 3-game winning streak since 2022. But the biggest thing is 0 turnovers. He finished the day with 261 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. And I just keep mentioning these big plays without turnovers. Now, Next Gen Stats has Drake May was pressured on 18 dropbacks. He went 10 for 16 in those dropbacks. And it's the second most yardage in the NFL under that type of pressure. He's currently on pace to be just the third quarterback in NFL history with a rating of 105, but with 250 yards passing. The other two, Dan Marino and Patrick Mahomes. Those are incredible numbers. He had 2 passes yesterday that combined for 112 yards and a touchdown, literally wiped off the board. May's second half numbers are very impressive. And I think we're starting to see maybe a clutch gene with him. May's second half numbers yesterday, 7 of 13, 76 yards. They weren't impressive. The first, but he closed the door on literally a 3rd and 11 when they should have been running out the ball or running out the clock, but they couldn't run. That first half, he was outstanding. 11 of 13, 185 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was immaculate. He's been very clutch. He showed the clutch gene. He's delivered in key moments. Last week, after Buffalo ties the game, Drake May brings him down the field on big plays to set up the game-winning field goal. That's clutch. Skaz, is that clutch? Clutch?
I would say clutch.
Clutch,
Joe.
right? Okay, so with a one-score game, with the football, 2:33 to go, and they can't run the clock down, they can't run the ball, and he throws it to the sticks, past the sticks, and Kayshon Boutte catches it, somehow stays in bounds, and they go into victory formation. Clutch, right? Clutch throw?
I would say clutch throw.
Thank you. I would even say the Kayshon Boutte play that he threw, the throw is there. It was Kayshon Boutte who screwed up, not Boutte, Pop Douglas who screwed up on that. I would say he's got a clutch gene. So, Skaz, the MVP discussion's on. He started the day 10th at plus 2,500. Then after the 1 o'clock games, he was plus 2,000. Then after the Sunday Night Football games, he's plus 1,600. He's now 6th for MVP of the NFL. I didn't think he'd be in this conversation, but you know what? Is there a player more valuable to his team than Drake May right now in the NFL?
I think you could argue Lamar, maybe, just by how the Ravens have looked without him. I think that's almost, helping his case, his MVP case, is how bad the Ravens are without him. But yeah, Drake May is is right up there. The Patriots would be lost if Josh Dobbs or your boy Tommy Cutlets there had to step in and be quarterback. Yeah, I think Drake May deserves to be in that 5 to 10 range right now.
Clutch MVP candidate. If you had to choose right now, Baker Mayfield or Drake May, who would it be?
I'd probably lean Baker right now.
Okay, I got those numbers for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to do the blind resume.
We'll do that later.
Yeah.
I like to do quarterback A versus quarterback B. We'll do that later. Maybe we could throw that on a graphic at some point. Who you got? Drake May or Baker Mayfield, but some guy wants to tell me that I am stubborn because of my takes. No, I think it's all because of Drake May. How about you, Skaz? Do you think this is all because of Drake May? I think they won yesterday because they had Drake May.
Yeah, I heavily lean Drake May. I still don't love Josh McDaniels running the ball in needless spots and right up the gut in the most obvious situations. And someone had a great stat that sorry if you already said this, but every time the Patriots started a drive with Drake May passing, the drive ended in points.
Yes, because Josh McDaniels would run it right up the gut at other times, right?
Yes, and those drives did not end in points. So I would say maybe look into passing more on first down if 100% of those drives were successful, but that might be a crazy strategy.
Yeah. I mean, there was a point yesterday, Skaz, where I literally tweeted out, so when you throw the ball, things go well. When you run the ball, they don't.
So, it seems to be that way.
I don't think I have ever seen a second-year quarterback for the Patriots ever do this. Now Drew Bledsoe his second year was really good, but he also got sacked a ton and turned the ball over in crucial times. Where I think Drake May had that early on. And in his defense, who the hell was he throwing to? Who were the guys that were playing tackle? Right? I mean, they're better. It's not perfect, but they're better. He's a whole hell of a lot better. In a way, I think that they have gotten the hell out of the way, too. I think they have literally let him be a little bit more dynamic.
Letting him cook, Joe, as the kids would say.
Yes. He's elusive, man. When he gets out of that sack, it is true. Whenever he faced adversity, he would put his head down and run. Now he's looking to use his ability to get out of it. Remember, he was held in the grass. They were ripping his shirt on a play. But he's still slippery, is the word I like to use. Oh, and he was the leading rusher on the day for the team.
Good. I would say good.
So he's their best passer and rusher right now. I would say that's most valuable to his team.
Pretty valuable.
That's pretty valuable. All right, let's talk to Tim. He's in Miami. Tim, hey.
Hey, what's up, guys? Joe, I want to follow up on a point you made earlier. I watched the Sunday night telecast, and I thought that Tirico and Collinsworth came in with like a talking point, like written down on a note card about why Drake May is not on the level of Josh Allen. Look at how Josh Allen sees the rush, looks downfield while the rush is coming, and look at Drake May looking at the rush. By the end of that game, they were giving Drake May a tongue bath. And I don't know that I've seen, since Brady was here, a better example yesterday of Drake May just stepping up and the old lineman pushing the edge rushers down the field so he could do that. I mean, it was the best performance I've seen out of this team, and Drake May, home run.
Yeah, listen, I think that they're running routes. The guys who run routes are now running the route because they know Drake May can reach it. Like, let's be real for a minute here. Drake May can throw the ball 50 yards down the field easily. The receivers know it. They stay on their route, and when teams play man against them, he makes throws on the run that Patrick Mahomes does it differently. Lamar does it differently. All he needs to do is get away, set his feet, and he'll throw it literally into the bucket. That's what's most impressive to me is getting out of the situations and being able to be that accurate.
Yeah, he's constantly a threat to make a play. It doesn't matter how broken it looks. He's constantly able to make something out of nothing. And I didn't notice it with Tirico and Collinsworth to start the game. I don't know if I didn't have the volume on, didn't pick up on it, but I did notice at halftime. I don't know if you were watching last
Sims?
night. It was almost, it felt like
Jason Garrett,
all of halftime
Devin
was
McCourty.
dedicated to Drake May. Maria Taylor and McCourty did a segment on it, and then they went to Garrett and Sims. They did an entire segment on it. So I did that, find that kind of noteworthy as well, where all of halftime on Sunday Night Football, like if you're a fan of the Jets or the Browns or, even the Steelers or somebody like this, and you're watching that, you're thinking, oh, we got rid of the Patriots kind of over the last couple of years, Mac Jones and Jacoby Brissett, and then Sunday Night Football, all it is Drake May being hyped up to the entire country. For me, loved it, thought it was great, but I'm sure people are going to be sick of Drake May very quickly if this is how it continues, and I think that's great.
The Patriots sell.
Oh yeah,
when they're bad, they crap all over Belichick, right? It was the thing to do. I don't think they did it a lot on Mayo. I think there was some sort of, almost respect level of the human more than the coach. But with Bill, it was, what's Bill doing? He can't draft. It's bad. Bill was not talking to people. This is about the Patriots have found their next quarterback. He's different than Tom Brady. He's athletic. Might not have the brain. I don't think we can ever compare anybody to Tom Brady. But can Drake May be Drake May, who's elusive in the pocket, gets free, and throws 50-yard touchdowns? Listen, what they remind me? I don't want to use. I'm not comparing, but when Dante Culpepper played for the Vikings and would just throw the ball to Randy Moss 50 yards for a touchdown, that was exciting. Now they were a good team that got bounced early. At some point, they're going to have to start building around Drake May a little bit more. They're going to have to give him a running game and more offensive line help and maybe more competent wide receivers because they were good yesterday, but I almost wonder if they should start investing in the team at the trade deadline. He can carry this group. What he's doing for the Patriots right now is it's made them relevant. They were literally talked about on Sunday Night Football. And I didn't see this coming. So if you want to blah, I did not expect Drake May to play at this level through 6 games. But I always knew he could play at this level. I thought he was restricted. I thought that maybe the pieces that they brought in would hold him back. And to be fair, Vrabel for weeks was very critical on the offense and not his defense. Something changed there. Whether they told McDaniels to get the hell out of the way or if Vrabel said, I'm going to get the hell out of the way. Something happened there because this kid is cooking and it's all him. 617-779-0985. I wanted to just give you some MVP updates numbers again. And, the officials. It was bad. We'll talk about it next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headline.
Riley.
Left arm. Back. He's in on the Patriots. What's up, Benny?
I'm fully in on the Patriots, and I won't bother with the officials yesterday. I'll let you handle that. I am upset as I can imagine what Drake's numbers would have looked like if the officials didn't get in the way yesterday. But ever since starting in the Bills game, coming out of the second half when the Bills scored their touchdown, it's kind of like that oh crap moment. Like the Bills going to just run away with this. Drake, led the drive to score a touchdown right away, and ever since then he's just been on fire, man. Like lighting it up. Pocket presence yesterday was incredible. Stepping up, some of those throws he made was just incredible. I know I wanted to talk about a few things. I don't know how much time I had. The rookies yesterday, Kyle Williams and Trayvon Henderson need to. I don't know what they need to do to work on. Like Williams cutting into the zone yesterday. Like thank God Drake May didn't lead him directly to the hospital yesterday, because if he let him in the zone, he was going to get laid out by the safety or whoever was in the middle there too. And then Henderson, two plays that stick out. One, I think it was right before halftime, the screenplay they tried running where it bounced right off his hands, and thank God a lineman accidentally knocked the ball out, but that ball looked like it was going to get picked off by a defender, like one of the defensive linemen. And then there was another play later on where he's blocking air, literally was blocking nobody as Drake May was running to the sideline. So I was like, what the hell was going on here?
So a couple of things.
If you recall that
I'm
play.
glad you brought up the Williams play. So those were two back-to-back incompletions when they really needed it. But and I was surprised. So this is where I bring up being critical about Josh McDaniels. People won't allow that today for some reason. But I thought that May, to your point, you're always taught to go to the sideline, right? Even in basketball, right? When you get the ball, you're always told, when you're in the post, don't go to the sideline because you can get double teamed, right? Go into the middle. Well, in this case, you always go to the sideline on a throw because the middle of the field, there might be more people. So May threw it towards the sideline because he knew that was where it should have been thrown, where the guy, he didn't run the right route. That was one of them. The Pop Douglas one on the next play. Was it Pop Douglas on the next play? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Pop sideline, yeah.
Pop overran the route, and I wonder if it's because he didn't overrun the play that a couple of weeks ago, on that fourth down play. But he overran it, and when he looked back, May threw it to the outer part of the field because he didn't want to throw it in the middle of the field.
Yeah, agreed. One more point, too, is off topic. How much better is that Panthers win looking a couple weeks ago when we blew them out 42-13?
Yeah, dude, you want to know a funny number? Bryce Young has 8 comeback wins in his career.
Already? Really?
I couldn't believe it, dude. I had to, double check it.
That doesn't make, wow.
I know.
Jesus.
I know, and, I'm not trying to use clutch performer for Bryce Young, but, I guess his team stinks so bad he's always coming back, right?
The opportunities are there, I guess. Yeah, you really taking advantage of some of them.
And just to compare, Drake Mays had 3 opportunities this year. One of them, the throw was there. Pop Douglas danced. Last week, he answered the bell after the Bills tied the game. And in this game, he took it upon himself to throw the 3rd and 11 to seal the deal. So, I call that clutch and crucial.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I wish Josh, because another play sticks out, that 3rd and 7 draw play, man, to Ramondre Stevenson. I don't remember yelling at the TV much yesterday, but that was one of them. I was like, you have one of the hottest quarterbacks right now. He's slinging it. And you're handing it off 3rd and 7 to a guy that where we're praying holds on to the ball and then we're praying can get 3 yards at him.
Yeah,
that made me lose my mind.
Yeah, Benny, I got to take and appreciate. I'm glad you mentioned the rookies. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Borregales had that kickoff. It wasn't great. Campbell and Wilson were fine. I'm not even gonna get in on them. I'm not even gonna go there. They're doing their jobs. The kid Woodson's looking good at safety. He's a kid that for a 4th round pick or whatever he was, dude. He's a starter and he looks good. So
no other complaints about the other ones. We're good.
Yep, those are all Vrabel guys. Thanks, Benny. All Vrabel guys. The Travion Henderson thing, though, I did it earlier this week. I did the old Scatterboo versus. Remember See, Jake. I just saw Jake. Jake went to Arizona State. Jake is our digital creator. Connoisseur, whatever your title is. Is that a good one, Skess? Digital creator connoisseur? DCC, of the digital DCC. But I mentioned Cam Scatterbo, and it's like someone pops up, But do I have to give you the numbers one more time? Cam Scatterbo, 3 touchdowns, 98 yards in one game, while Travion Henderson still has like barely over 100 yards and 1 touchdown. I mean, one was picked 38th overall. The other was in the 4th round. I don't know. Why isn't it working? I don't understand. Bill is in Wilmington. Bill.
Yeah, I just want to call in about the Travion Henderson hate. First of all, the previous caller was talking about him like not blocking anyone. Actually, that was his assignment. He was blocking the flat. So, like, he was just doing his job. And then you're complaining about the rushing yards. He averaged more yards a carry than Stevenson yesterday. This offensive line can't block anything. So I think he's a rookie. We just need to give him some time. Everyone's hating on the guy.
I'm just disappointed. Can I be disappointed? Is it okay to feel?
It's okay to feel, Joe. Depends on, what show you're on, but I think it's okay to feel.
My feelings are I'm a little disappointed that the 38th overall pick can't crack the starting lineup when Ramondre Stevenson literally just gets the ball and holds onto it and hugs it because he's afraid of anything. This is what's happened to Ramondre Stevenson. He's no longer explosive. He is just holding the ball for dear life, which at this point, I really mean this when I say this. The Patriots are so one-dimensional that I'd rather just Ramondre hold on to the ball than try to get positive yardage. It's that. I know, Sky, I don't know if you're laughing at me, but I would rather Ramondre just hold on to the ball with no explosion than show explosion and lose the ball. It's a low bar.
It is a low bar. But that's, you got to put the bar somewhere, Joe.
And Travion Henderson just can't pass that bar for some reason. And it makes no sense to me. Anything else to add, Skaz?
I mean, I want to see more of him. He looks good in space. It's just creating that space for him. But I think this will be a good week for that. The Titans stink. They just fired their coach. I know we're going to do that later in the week. But, yeah, I think you have to go more to Henderson at some point. Stevenson is fine. He's just a guy now. He can block. Great. That's, something. But eventually teams are going to just sell out on the pass for the Patriots because it's all on Drake May, and I think teams are going to start realizing just how much it is all on Drake May right now.
One-dimensional. Can they be successful doing that? We'll continue the conversation here. Coming up next, I'm Joe Murray. Again, this hour of the Sports Hub. It's been brought to you by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. Oh, I got those MVP actual odds for you. And I did want to just discuss the old booty everywhere. We'll get into that coming up next. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Our chat and on Twitter. And everybody says, relax, let the kid focus on winning his next game. the blang that's going on. You know, I heard from a man once that the Celtics green teamers are the worst. Somebody told me that. I heard that from somewhere. I've been doing radio for 17 years, people. It's still the Patriots. It's still the people that want to, like the Yankees, when the Yankees say 26 rings, blah, 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 I roll my eyes because you haven't won in 25 years. You suck. Okay? Like, that's how I feel. The Patriots don't have Tom Brady anymore, so you really can't flaunt around, 6 championships, 6, 7. No, you can't do that with them anymore. You can't. So stop. Like, don't do that. But now that the Patriots are 4-2, blah, what do you think about Mike Vrabel now, Joe? How about Josh McDaniels? Blah. Like, I want the Patriots to be successful, but will you listen to me first before you blah? This is about Drake May. You're the same person, the same people that told me that it was all Tom Brady for 20 years. So I'm going to tell you after 6 weeks, it's all Drake May. It's not Vrabel. It's not Josh McDaniels. And that's being consistent, people, not hypocritical like you. That's just the facts. For 20 years, it was Brady. Now it's Drake May. It's just how it works around here, everybody. It can't be double standards. Can't have it. We're consistent on this show and we speak in fact. Just saying. I haven't dropped the just saying in a while, Skaz. Feel like I always got to pull that lever every once in a while there. I think I'm going to say that all night long. Blah, blah, Mike Vrabel. Yeah, Vrabel's been good, man. But it's not all good, all right? Drake May is definitely putting some makeup on the team. That's true. I was here. I watched the games, everybody. I was here yesterday.
You watch football on Sundays, Joe.
I watched them on Monday. I watched Tulane play this week. I watched the Oregon-Indiana game this weekend. That was a great one.
Oh, yeah. Upset.
I fell asleep before the Hawaii game because it's at midnight. So I missed one, Skaz. Oh, I missed one. But for the most part, I was up yesterday with the Jets. I watched
what a game that was.
Throw the ball. That was not throwing the ball, I think. That was, let me tell you about that one. And I missed the end of the game, but I heard they got sacked 9 times.
I was just checking that you watched football on Sunday, that's all.
I also watched other sports, too. I watched baseball.
Some people just can't watch football on Sunday. It's tough, Joe.
I watched the hockey game today. I can give you analysis on that. Do you want the analysis?
I heard you were a little upset with some things that went on in the hockey game earlier today.
I just, don't give up goals early.
There was a penalty you didn't like either.
There was a penalty on a power play with an empty net. Like, what are you doing? But that's, I'm conditioned on this show for years of people calling in after Bruins games to complain about everything. But you know what? I talked to the Jeremy Conley yesterday about this. I don't hate the Bruins this year. Like, they're not a hateable group. I think they got rid of the batch. Like every once in a while you get a bad batch of grass, or like you get a bad. We've all got a bad batch of grass.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you get a bad batch, of the grab and go at Market Basket, right? Did I say something?
It was close.
Oh. Oops. You ever go to Market Basket?
I've been to Market Basket.
You grab and go, right? Sometimes you get the chicken fingers, the wings, or whatever. Sometimes you get a bad batch. It happens. It happens every once in a while. There was a bad batch there. But yes, guys, I watched all the games this weekend. I watched literally everything. I watched the Lions game last night against the Chiefs. The Chiefs won. Watched that. I stayed up late for that one. Bad batch, of the grab and go. Close. I thought you got a bad batch, of the grab and go at Mark.
It was close, Joe.
That was close.
It was close.
Safe.
I don't think you had any idea.
That's what happens to the callers, though. You ever notice that? They'll call in like, yeah, you know that Drake May. He's just got to throw the ball a little farther. You know? Hey, what are you eating today? Oh, bleep. You know, it's like just they throws them right off track. Anyways, I'm now off track. Anthony's in New Hampshire. Anthony.
Hey, Joe, how's it going? Kind of the whole Drake May being the whole credit. When Brady was successful here, this beginning years, 2001 and all that, it all went to Belichick. Now, over time, it became Tom Brady, but at the beginning it was Belichick. And now the little difference we have here is that Drake May had a year under Gerard Mayo and whatever the heck that was. And we saw what that was. So Ray Roland McDaniels deserves some flowers of this early season success. Have a great night.
Yeah, if it was a dozen roses, I'd give him a couple. If I had a dozen roses.
Joe Murray's Bachelor?
I would like to give the whole dozen to Drake May. Maybe what I would do is I'd put a little feather in Josh McDaniels' ear.
Hey, give him an honorary pencil. You want to put a pencil in his ear, Joe?
I could do. I give him a visor with roses on it and flowers. Vrabel, I didn't like the hire because I didn't think it was good for Drake May. I might have to back down on that one. But just to be fair, I don't think the defense is great. I don't.
A lot of penalties still.
He's been better.
He's definitely been better.
I'm going to have to probably bend the knee on that one. Not yet. But I'm probably going to take the L on that. Probably. But I can be a man. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I told you when 8.5 wins is I'm still standing on it. It was 10.5 today, which I would definitely go under. But I don't know. The schedule is so damn easy.
The schedule is almost laughably easy at this point.
So this is what I mean. Like, I thought the fans were educated enough to know when you were good enough or not. They still have some issues, right? They still play some bad football. But Drake May erases all of that. So, like, to the caller who just called, yeah, Bill Belichick gets credit for the first part. Well, talk to the former players and how they feel. They think Bill was a great coach, but they think that Bill got too much credit. The Edelmans and Gronks of the world, you ever watch their show? I know some people don't like it, but they almost feel like they get no credit. All they do is talk about how much crap they got from their coaches, yet they put out every single week. That's really what the show's about. Besides, Gronk going out Scatterbo. Did you see that?
Yes, he likes Scatterbo.
Well, he also talked crap to him because of Arizona State and all that. Hey, Jake, can you get Scatterbo on our show? Get any?
He said maybe.
All right, well, you can. How about this? You get him on the show? You're right in here. I mean, oh, thanks, Joe. No, I would like to ask him how he feels compared to all the other quarterbacks, the running backs that were drafted ahead of him.
But and I know he's played well, but isn't, like, you watch a lot of college football, isn't the fourth round exactly where a guy like Scatterbo is supposed to be drafted?
Yes.
So, like, that's the only thing that, like, everyone's like, he's awesome. And, yeah, he's been very good, but, like, he's a fourth-round pick. Like, he was.
May I just say to you that I watched Forged in Foxborough? I watched that. I watched that, too.
A little football in there.
I watch I watch them all, Skaz. Yeah. I watch everything. And on that Forged in Foxborough, I just want to let you know, they really, really glazed them taking Travion Henderson. They had a trade. Remember, they had a trade on the table? And I do have to give Jake Seymour some credit. We were sitting in the conference room at the time. I was with Alex Barth. I know there was a little bias in there. I know. But there's also facts. And Jake said they passed on Scatterbo. They're going to regret it. So maybe long-term Henderson's the guy. But through 6 weeks, because that's what I do. I watched 6 weeks of football. A lot. I've watched a lot of 6 weeks of football. I would say that the running game for the Patriots is a struggle. I would say it's actually non-existent. And I can give you the numbers if you'd like, Skaz.
Please.
Being one-dimensional, not sustainable. Hey, at least Ramondre Stevenson didn't fumble. Low bar. We need a low bar image or graphic. We need a sniffer, smelly graphic, and we need a low bar graphic.
A lot of sniffing on the station today. I heard.
It took 2 touchdowns and almost 200 yards of air for people to realize that there might be like sketchy officiating. It really took that. It took that, huh? When it was your team that got hosed, it took you. And you know what? I did love what Jim Murray had to say because I heard it on the way in today. A lot of players, when they have great games, they get drug tested the next day.
The kickers, if they hit like a long kick, will get drug tested.
But if you make a bad call, like, you're not going to drug test them, but like,
yeah, maybe a LASIK.
Can I look at your call logs or your
the old Donaghy? See who he's calling late at night.
Can I at least invest? Can I look at your finance?
And we sniff around.
May I do a search warrant, please?
May I do a search warrant, please?
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's got to be what's double standard. What would be the right action? What would be the right action? I would love it if maybe there was a representative, because obviously the commissioner works for the owners. But it would be great if somebody could say, hey, they really got that one wrong. They're going to be penalized a portion of money, and they're going to be off for a couple of weeks.
You know what it really is? The NFL can't hold these guys accountable because they're still part-time employees. Somehow, some way, the NFL, one of the biggest billion-dollar industries in the country, still has part-time employees doing the most critical, work in the sport. Maybe the how the game is literally the rules of the game are dictated during the course of play is done by guys that are part-time. So suspend them, fine them. I mean, they're part-time employees. Make them full-time employees, train them properly, and it's all done. But guess what, Joe? It all comes back to money in the NFL. Who makes more of it than anybody could possibly imagine at this point still wants to save a couple bucks and have us watch that on Sunday.
How the hell can they not find a no-show job for a ref? I'm being serious. You mean to tell me the billion-dollar NFL can't pool some money for some guys to call football games and put them on benefits and give them a salary? You mean to tell me that Jerry Jones doesn't know a guy to put somebody on a payroll?
I don't know if I'd put Jerry in charge of it.
I've just used him as a name because he's got money.
He skipped his post-game press conference yesterday. Come on, Jerry.
That's true. They lost.
A tough one. You flip off any fans yesterday? I didn't see.
Oh, that was another one I wanted to get to. You could, wear the wrong cleats, right?
Oh, yes.
Or, not the wardrobe.
Wrong socks.
And you can be fined, right?
Correct.
But if you're the owner of a sports team and flip somebody off, no fine.
I believe he got fined.
Oh, he got fined?
I thought he did. I'll double check.
Oh, he got fined. Okay, I'm glad to know that. I'd pay for a fine like that, though. I would.
$250,000.
$250,000?
Yes.
For Jerry Jones?
An obscene gesture.
Oh, I'd be flipping everybody off. All right, so he did get fined. All right, I did not. Okay, I watch all the games. I didn't get that.
That happened off the field, know.
Okay, I didn't get that memo.
I will say these Falcons jerseys tonight in the field, tremendous.
I didn't. Oh man,
tremendous.
I didn't give out a pick. James Cook's going off tonight, everybody. I'm going live anytime touchdown, James Cook, and I bet you it's not even a good.
I think it was minus 140. I think.
Is it live? We're live. It's already kicked off.
Action is live.
Jeez. Let me see what I can do if I can get something in here. I was spitting facts. I was getting all into the game and everything, and I lost track. They put them all off the board right now. I like Buffalo tonight. Let's go to break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub. I wrote an article, 985thesportsup.com, and it was the Drake May MVP odds. And it looks like there it is. Oh, see, the intern Mark, you're the man, dude. You know, don't let anybody tell you. Intern Mark goes to Curry. He runs the radio station there. Big hockey guy. So shout out to him for those that just saw him on YouTube. It allows me to watch the football game because I watch all the games just in case anybody needed to know that. Drake May's MVP odds. Can we start the Drake May MVP campaign? 3 touchdowns yesterday. Now has 10 passing on the year and 2 rushing touchdowns. Hey, is it okay if we debate who the best team in the AFC is, Skez?
How could we know, Joe?
How
could we know?
Let's hold on that. Please bookmark that. Well, I think Drake May has entered the conversation for NFL MVP. Depending on what sportsbook you use, May currently has the 8th best odds at DraftKings Sportsbook to win the award after 6 weeks. Odds makers had the line at plus 2,500 after the game. By halftime, the line was bet down to 2,000. As of Monday morning, FanDuel has Drake May at plus 1,600 and the 6th best odds to win the award. May will continue to creep up that list with a softer schedule coming up. There's no question how valuable he is to the Patriots' success and the biggest factor in the team's turnaround. His advanced metrics and clutch playmaking have carried a one-dimensional offense. There were questions regarding his second-year leap, but he ranks in the top 10 of every major category. He's 3rd in EPA per play. He's 6th in success rate. He's 3rd in CPOE. He's 7th in QBR. He's 5th in yards. He's 8th in touchdowns. He's 4th in passer rating. He's 2nd in completion percentage. And he's 4th in yards per average. That's good. He's top 10. Because everyone's going to tell you DVOA and stats. My eyes tell me he's damn good. I gave you the stats to back that up. So, Sketch, you know that 6 NFL players have won the MVP in their second season? Do you know who they are? Do you know any of them?
Oh, did Big Ben?
Nope.
They were 15-1.
I'm putting you on the
right?
spot.
Yeah.
I don't mean to do that to you.
Trying to think.
It's actually happened
When was the most recently?
2019.
Lamar. I don't even
Lamar
know.
Jackson?
What was Lamar? Yeah.
2018, Patrick Mahomes. 1999, Kurt Warner. 1984, Dan Marino, who lost to the Patriots. Earl Campbell, my friend Earl, 1979, and Jim Brown was the first to do it in 1958. So that's a pretty big company there for Drake May. It's a big company. Elite company. Winning games and making the playoffs would bolster his chance. He's got an opportunity in a wide-open AFC. Speaking of the team, the Patriots have matched their previous 2 seasons' win total of 4 in 6 games. Vrabel has them playing their best football after some early season turnovers against the Raiders and Steelers. They've won 3 in a row. They'll go for their 3rd consecutive road win next Sunday against Vrabel's former team, the Tennessee Titans, who fired their coach today. Just to double down on those numbers, Skaz, regarding the runs for the Patriots. The Patriots' running game continues to be non-existent. Here's another reason why I think he should be in the MVP conversation. No running game, non-existent. And it's actively hurting the offense. The Patriots average 0.5 EPA per play on passes and 0.38 EPA on the ground. That's to your stats earlier, Skaz. The Patriots keep acknowledging they need to fix their run game. They average just 2.8 yards per game on the ground, and they can't spring a big play for the life of them. So I read this from Tom Curran. McDaniel's first down runs. In the first half, the Patriots ran the ball on 5 of 13 first down plays. So you got math there, guys? So 13 plays, 5 were runs on first down. In the second half, they handed off on 8 of 10 first down plays. Let's do some Joe math here. So first half, 5 of 13, right? Okay, so 5 runs. Okay, so there's 13. And then they had 10. So that's 23. So they ran the ball. What's 8 plus 5? 13 of 23. They ran the ball on first down. 8 plus 5. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 of 23 times on first down? Is that normal? Is that normal? I need someone who knows numbers to tell me if that is not normal. Do teams run if they had a combined 23 first downs and you run it 13 times? Is that a lot? Guys, is that a lot? I don't know. I need someone to answer the question for me. Maybe Jake knows. Maybe somebody knows. 23 times, 13 runs. To me, that is a lot. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. That would be actually 13 of 23. That would be 56% of the time they run the ball on first down. Is that good? I don't think it is. How about that draw on third down? Anybody like that one? The Patriots finished with a 100% series conversion rate if their series started with a pass. That was from you earlier, Skaz. If they let Drake May drop back to pass on first down, they get a fresh set of downs or a touchdown out of that set of downs every single time. But keep running the ball on first down. You keep doing that. Jesse's in Easton. Jesse.
Hey, how's it going, Joe? I love the show. So obviously Drake May's playing out of his mind, but the feeling I'm getting watching him, and I'm sorry for crossing sports, but the Celtics had a couple games against the Clippers and Lakers, and Tatum went completely off on Nash. Kind of realized how special a talent he was. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting.
All right, your phone sucks. I'm sorry, you have Jason Tatum feelings regarding... what? I'm sorry, what? You feel like Drake May is playing like Jason Tatum against the Clippers and the Lakers? Was that it?
Your guess is as good as mine, Joe.
I would say watching Drake May for the last 2 weeks, my jaw is like, who is this kid? Where do they find him? Who is he? This guy's good. I always thought Drake May was talented. I didn't think he was this. He is playing he is playing above and beyond anything anyone ever expected. He has been absolutely dynamic. I'm actually impressed with the kid, and I think he's only going to get better. Yes.
Maybe there's a chance he plays so well, someone else will hire Josh McDaniels.
Yes. All right, I'll give... People really want me to give McDaniels his flowers, huh? Like, how do you watch a guy throw the ball 50 yards down the field accurately on a bucket and just be like, that Josh McDaniels? I can't. I'm not crapping on McDaniels. Do I think he's maybe helped him? And yeah, maybe.
You know who's helped him more? Will Campbell and Stephon Diggs.
I would say having an offensive line and having guys who can catch the ball, that's good.
That's good.
And just to double down, he has no running game. He is the running game. The old Patriots, when they had Charlie Weiss, they had Antoine Smith that could run the ball for 1,100 yards. Then they got Corey Dillon, who ran for like 1,600. Brady could rely on those guys. Kevin Falk, right? That was his binky out of the backfield. When he left, they got like Danny Woodhead. When he left, they got Shane Vereen. When he left, they got James White. Like they always had somebody there as a little binky. I don't think, and you know what? That little binky was always Josh McDaniels' guy too, not for nothing. Like they always had that little slot receiver. He's too dynamic to play that type of offense. I like him throwing 50 yards. I like when he throws for 20 yards or more. It's good. It's good. It's good. Joe, great first hour of my drive home. I appreciate you, mister. Thank you. I can't read that one because I don't want to disrespect anybody. Again, 617-779-0985. We got calls going on. We got football games going on. Oh, we have a tie game in the football game, do we? I'll tell you what happened there. We'll do that next here in Headlines.
Sports Hub Headlines. Presented by
I may have gotten wrong. Is it the under 8.5 wins for the year? They need 5 more, Skaz. You see 5 wins on that schedule? Should we look at the Patriots schedule? Should we do it? Let's do the exercise because we got in or out coming up next. Tennessee, they will be favored in that game. Oh, by the way, I have all the look-ahead lines. I'm going to do an article on that on 98.5 this morning. I don't know what it is. I got like the writing itch. I don't know where that came from, Skaz. Remember we used to do that all the time? Titans this week. I mean, come on. If you can't beat a team that sucks with the number 1 overall pick rookie, just firing their coach, like, you got problems, okay? Win.
Win.
And I'm going to give the Titans this week, guys. You're going to hear me reach hard. Because I have to be fair and unbiased.
Of course.
Last week I did it was a trap game. It was. They won the game by 1 possession, and they came down to the final play. Trap game. The refs were on their side, too. Cleveland with Dylan Gabriel at home. That's a pretty favorable game, right?
Win.
The Falcons are competing with the Bills right now, but the Patriots have the Falcons at home. They're not in the Dome. That would be a favorable matchup, right?
Win.
Let me just look at the look ahead on that real quick. Let me give you a looky look. All right, I have it here. The Patriots were 1.5-point favorites at the beginning of the year against Tennessee. They were 5.5-point favorites versus Cleveland. They were favored by 3 versus Atlanta.
Win.
The next game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Loss.
Which maybe this could be our MVP matchup. Loss, huh? They were not favored in that game.
Rightfully so.
Okay, so you got 3 more wins, so that would give them 7. Okay. The Jets.
Win.
I know. They're already favored at 5.5 on that one. How about the Cincinnati Bengals?
Joe Flacco at quarterback. I'm going to go win.
So that would be 9. I'm not ready to die on the hill yet.
But the wins thing is one thing, but going into this season, at least for me, I'm not going to speak for all Patriots fans, but for me, the biggest thing I wanted to see this season was if Drake May could take the step and you knew you found a franchise quarterback. To me, I mean, we're 6 weeks in, but this season's a success, Joe. I know that sounds crazy to say, but 6 weeks in, Mike Vrabel, Josh McDaniels, Drake May, it's a success because of how Drake May looks. The NFL, the quarterback is the only thing that matters, and it seems like the Patriots found one.
I wanted them to be desirable. Do you think people want to play for Mike Vrabel and for Drake May?
Well, we know they don't want to play for Josh McDaniels, but yes, Mike Vrabel and Drake May, I certainly think that you could make a case that would be an easy sell to some players.
Like Stephon Diggs might be telling people, hey, man, this kid.
It's got the goods.
Yeah.
He was saying it on national television when they were in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. This Keyshawn Boutte thing. He was always in the class of Jamar Chase, right? He was in the class of Malik Neighbors. He was in that LSU community of wide receivers. And people projected him to be potentially the best of the bunch. He had some injuries and had some off-field stuff, right? Love to gamble from what I heard. Or take bets. I heard that somewhere. I don't know whatever actually happened with that, by the way. But is he turning into a pretty good outside wide receiver that can be a starter? Yeah. And I get it. I just want to say this out loud. Would you rather A.J. Brown or Keyshawn Boutte? We've been doing this for years, okay? Yeah. Miss New Booty. Oh, sorry. I thought the song kept going. What happened there? A.J. Brown or Keyshawn Boutte?
Yeah, I'm taking A.J. Brown.
Would you? Why, though, for this group? Think Think about it.
For this group, if you want to sell me that Kayshon Boutte is, better fit, not going to cause a sting, not going to read a book on the sidelines like A.J. Brown's been doing, okay. I could start, buying that a little bit.
So they win 11 games. They get bounced in the first round. You go get A.J. Brown. you go get A.J. Brown. I would extend Boutte now.
Always extend Boutte, Joe.
Always. Where's that guy, Stephen A? How does
always ask.
Thank you, Stephen A. Thank you. I'm just saying, if you get A.J. Brown, Boutte's off the field.
No one wants Boutte off the field.
Nobody wants Boutte off the field. So, could they play together? Absolutely, they could. It's probably going to take away from somebody else, though. So when you look at this team, if Drake May can throw the ball 30, 20 yards downfield, I like what they have right now. I like what they have. I know that most people would want A.J. Brown over Kayshon Boutte. I got it. But the Patriots probably love themselves some Boutte right now.
Yeah, Boutte on a bargain, Joe. Some bargain Boutte right there.
Bargain Boutte was where I was going. Do you remember what was the Building 19? Remember that place?
A lot of bargains in there.
Oh, I loved Building 19.
I mean, the greatest bargain of all, Joe, Stephen Barry's.
Stephen Barry's had the best sweatshirts. Oh, it was like the best wear for a college kid.
Yeah, every college you could imagine. You get some Big Bens in there, too.
Is it still going?
I don't think so. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
I used to go to the one in the North Attleboro Mall.
Yeah, Silver City had one.
That's where it was, yeah. A great pro shop in there, or whatever, card shop. They love themselves some Boutte. I do, too. He's been great.
And the thing with A.J. Brown, too, like, if you're not happy, and I know the Eagles had a terrible loss to the Giants, but they just won the Super Bowl, and they're arguably, I don't even know if you could argue, they're one of, if not the best roster in the NFL. If that guy's miserable there, I mean, I know he's going to, get more looks, more touches, potentially, hypothetically with Drake May, but I don't know. There's something there where if you're not happy winning football games with the Eagles, is that a guy you really want to bring into a young, up-and-coming kind of Drake May and what the Patriots are building?
This is where I'm going. Skaz, you know how to follow the breadcrumbs, sir. I think you've been doing this for a long time now.
I speak Joe Murray.
Yeah. Some people don't. I don't understand. It's just probably a Joe problem.
I don't know. Not from what I heard.
No. Well, there are more. There's a lot of people that feel that way about me. But yeah, I know Joe on the radio says he'd rather Boutte than Brown. And I just will tell you right now that for this group, I think Boutte's been great. Just one more thing on that. Did you know that he has 18 receptions this year and 16 of his 18 are for first downs? Did you know that?
I did not.
There was once a man named David Givens. Pretty good Patriot, won a couple Super Bowls, was pretty good. Drafted in the 7th round out of Notre Dame. And Tom Brady was drafted 6th round. And they had a really dynamic connection, Skaz.
6'7".
Yes, 6. Oh, that could be a good one. 6'7". But yes, every catch in the playoffs, and I believe it was either the 02 or 3 season, I think it was 03. Every catch David Givens had in the playoffs was for over 10 yards and a first down. It's unbelievable. All right, well, we're going to do in or out, but people want to talk, so let's do it. Cam is in the car. Cam.
Hey, what's up? Hey, real quick. What that guy was trying to say earlier.
What?
He was just saying he had like a
Your
5-game
phone
stretch.
sucks.
Joe, I'm worried that it may be us, but
We'll never know. Intern Mark from Curry, you took that call. What happened there? Give us the lowdown.
So that guy called in saying he knows what the guy with the bad connection was trying to say, and then comes in, and his phone, you could argue, is probably worse than the original guy's connection.
When he called in, what did he say to you?
He was just saying he understood what the guy with the bad connection before was saying and was going to explain it to us. And then he comes in to try to explain what the guy earlier said, and his connection ended up being worse. So now we have no idea what these people are trying to talk about.
I don't
want to
know
right now.
I don't want to know the comparison of Drake May and Jason Tatum.
I like when one caller calls to clarify what another caller was trying to say.
Listen, one went to North Carolina, right?
Correct.
One went to Duke?
Correct.
Let's keep it that way. I can't wait for the Duke North Carolina battle when Drake May, and it could be like the Mares. The Mares used to do the bets, for the championship.
Yeah, we'll give you some lobster if you beat us.
Exactly.
Some chowder.
Yeah. Now we could have Jason Tatum, Drake May, North Carolina matchups. It'd be great.
Tobacco Road, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great. Joe is in the car. Joe.
Just got a couple things to say. First, can you hear me?
Yes.
Joe.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I can hear you.
I'm glad to hear that you can hear me. Here's the thing. Everybody's anointing Drake May as the next wonderful Tom Brady. And the thing is, I got to give him his due the past couple of weeks. Played great. However, after week 3, when they were 1-2, everybody was questioning, did they have the guy? Here's the thing. We've all said that they have probably the easiest schedule in the NFL. All I want to say is, let's see how the season plays out. Let's see him continue to get better, which he has every week. But let's not say that he's going to be the MVP because he's got a weak schedule. He's making plays that he should make because he's a fantastic quarterback with a great opportunity in front of him. That's it.
Cool. Anything else tonight? What are you eating?
I'm not eating. I just dropped my kid off at college. I'm heading home.
Oh, where's he going to school? Or her?
He goes to Assumption.
Ooh, Assumption in Worcester, huh?
You got it.
Great school.
Yeah, he's a lax player there.
Oh, he's a lax bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. So there's a lot of options out there to eat. You know that Worcester area.
Oh no, Coney Island hot dog's the only place to go, man.
Oh, I'm a hot dog Annie's.
No, but I'm a Rhode Islander too, so it's all about the Oneyville in Providence.
That's true, man. All right, Joe. What was your take again?
I said that Drake is playing great. However, we're not ready to anoint him the next Tom Brady because he's got the easiest schedule going. Let's give him a break. Let's give him some opportunity to grow.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Good luck to your son. I used to go up to Assumption College back in the days, guys. Just take the ride all the way up Route 9. That was the way I went. Get on at the Chestnut Hill Mall and just go for like an hour and a half. Not a lot to do up there. Actually, all those, besides UMass, all those schools pretty much suck out there. UMass now, let me tell you, though.
What an endorsement.
No, UMass is a party school. The two best party schools I ever went to, because I didn't never lived at college. Just
How many colleges did you visit, Joe?
I mean, a lot.
You were taking weekend trips?
And whenever someone's like, do you want to come to my college for the weekend? I was like, in. Oh, my God. If Mark from Curry was like, dude, do you want to hang out on Friday night? I'd be like, bro, where are we going? Master McGrath's? Like, where are we going tonight? We hitting up Alex's? Like, where are we going? Oh, I know. But I would say Westfield was the worst. Did Bridgewater plenty of time. But I'm talking.
I've heard, Joe. I've heard. A couple good times down there.
Done Bridgewater many of a time. But no, I'm thinking that Western Mass area. UMass and Plymouth State College, to me, those were the two best party schools in the area. Everywhere else kind of sucked. And I'm not a college kid. I barely went to college, okay? But yes, I would put Plymouth State and UMass Amherst, the two best, as somebody who never attended college, as an outside observer, truly unbiased, all the other schools sucked. UMass and Plymouth State, those were the two best. I don't know. Do you have any favorites, guys?
Joe Murray's tears.
Tears. UMass, Plymouth State.
Yeah, I had a good day. I did the Blarney thing at UMass, visited some buddies. Did UNH. I had a good time at UNH.
UNH is like 6'7".
Yeah, there you go, Joe.
UNH is...
Mark, 10 out of 10 he gave his UNH
Oh,
experience.
UNH,
He must have had a good time up there.
I did Merrimack one night, but, not as good as UNH.
Joe Murray's college tours. Where's our new digital content?
Jake will be all over that one. Imagine me going to Arizona State, Jake.
You and Gronk down there in Arizona?
I wouldn't make it home. I wouldn't make it back. Okay. Well, we missed In or Out. We promoted every night for $7.50.
Meh.
We're just going to have to push it back. We have Doug Kyed coming on. He made I guess they had some flight issues today.
Oh.
But he goes to me, I landed and I can make it.
What a guy.
He was like really determined to come on.
We appreciate that.
I love him. I love him.
His Mariners. Playing well.
Oh, God. Oh, I watched that game the other night. The ump sucked. I'm sorry. Sucked.
We do have something from that game. Not exactly from the game, but from someone watching that game that we need to get to at some point in the show.
Oh, yes.
Very Joe Murray-esque of this individual.
I didn't realize that talking about party schools in New England was about to blow the phone lines up.
Oh, boy.
Jack in Andover. Jack.
Yup, UMass Amherst, without a doubt, the best party school in New England. Nothing come closest, baby. Come on.
Yes, nothing did. Mike's in Hyde Park. Keep it clean.
I will, buddy. I will. And I remember those nights at Master McGrath's, too, with the Curry College kids.
Yep.
Oh, Salem State. Underrated party school.
Okay, thanks, Mike. I had a quick trigger finger. When I see them from Hyde Park or Ozzie Wesley, I got to be quick. Got to be quick.
Yeah, you reel them in, Joe.
Got to be quick. Salem State, huh?
Who would have thought?
It's not really on my list. Didn't make the top 5.
Honorable mention?
No. No. Oh, no. No, but you know where I never visited for like a friend there. But you know what looks interesting to me? Maybe we can ask River. Vermont looks good. Like that's a little bit of a college town right there. You ever been up to the Vermont College up there?
I've been there, yeah.
Like
nice little spot.
Oh, so you went to the school there? See, I didn't.
Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I saw it too, but I never partied.
No. Too far.
Like I
Too
want to
far.
know where to go.
If I'm going that far, I'm getting on a plane.
Yeah.
I had buddies that were going down to coastal Carolina. Different world down there.
I'm sure Jake could tell us stories about Arizona State all night.
They got pools on campus. Oh, yeah.
All right. We got to go to break. I was late again. In this hour, the sports has been brought to you by our good friends because they are our good friends. And I missed it. What time is it? Brought to you by Comcast Corporate with reliable connectivity and enhanced cybersecurity. Comcast Business helps turn ballparks and football stadiums into connected, secure, modern businesses. In or Out is next.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
of the series. Headlines, they are brought to you by Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes, 100% employee-owned, your go-to independent lumberyard partner with CCL and CCL Homescapes for all your building needs right in Abington. I'm Joe Murray.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best success.
Flew to New Orleans, but because of this I got a take later on nor'easters, by the way. I'm going to write that down. He made it, and he's determined to be on tonight, so he'll join us next. We might have to send him a Zoom link at some point.
Already done.
Hey, you know what, guys? That's not why you're the best producer in the business. You also host In or Out. So what do we have tonight for In or Out? Have we done this in a while? Feels like it's been a while.
Feels like we had a couple games last week.
Yeah. What do we got tonight?
All right, Joe. Let's start with the most important one on the docket here. The San Jose Sharks are introducing a chum bucket to their concession stands this season, Joe. The chum bucket will feature buttery popcorn, strawberry Pop-Tarts, teal chocolate, red chocolate, and freeze-dried strawberries. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the San Jose Sharks chum bucket?
In. Now, could you just get the bucket with popcorn, or do you have to get it with the Pop-Tarts, teal chocolate, red chocolate, and freeze-dried strawberries?
I would imagine, just buttered popcorn is on the menu, but the chum bucket is the works.
So, okay, popcorn, right?
In.
I like to go M&M's on my popcorn. It gets real chocolatey, melty, I have never thought about a strawberry Pop-Tart. Like, where did Pop-Tart come from with popcorn? Like, was someone just really high and was like, dude, Pop-Tarts and popcorn, man. I tell you, bro. Life changing, bro. Especially out there, right? Like Cowabunga. But freeze-dried strawberries. Who the hell is eating Like, when do you eat strawberries? When they're put out on a
breakfast every once in a while.
You just have strawberries in your fridge?
Sometimes, yeah.
Wow, not me.
Not a strawberries guy.
No, I like strawberries. I just don't have them in my fridge. You know why? Because they get old.
Yeah, they do.
I love a nice fresh. Oh, you bite into a good strawberry. Anyways, on popcorn, I got to try this. I'm in. I like all of these. Teal chocolate. What the hell's teal chocolate? Just teal colored chocolate? I guess I'm not aware of teal chocolate. But a chum bucket in.
All right, Joe, we'll head to Disney Plus for this next one. You're a known Swiftie on the Sports Hub. Well, Disney Plus and Taylor Swift have announced a new 6-part Eras Tour docuseries coming directly from Taylor Swift. Will release on Disney Plus on December 12th. Joe Murray, are you in or out on a 6-part docuseries on the Eras Tour?
In. I think people should watch this I just think there are Taylor Swift haters. She at the game last night?
I believe so, yes.
People are just haters. I thought the Eras Tour was fantastic. Her new albums, guys, let me tell you. I like a lot of the songs. Father Figure, very good.
Heard one in the barbershop the other day that was pretty catchy. I don't know if it was that one, but it was good.
I like Canceled. It's a good one. Everyone likes Opalite.
That might have been the one. It wasn't Wood, I'll tell you that.
Everybody's smiling back there.
Yeah, just people like Wood, Joe. Sticking with streaming services, Apple TV Plus has rebranded, Joe, to Apple TV. They dropped the plus. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Apple TV Plus?
In, because, Nessun Plus, right? Like ESPN Plus, it's Plus. It's how do I find you? So if you just say Apple TV, I'll just go to Apple TV. When you say Apple TV Plus, you have that pregnant pause of where am I looking? You no longer have that. So whoever marketed that, in on you, sir. Or miss.
All right, we head to our friends over at KFC, Joe. KFC is hiding fried chicken vending machines around different parts of Australia. Fans who find these hidden vending machines will be rewarded with free chicken, as the vending machines are stocked with free chicken sandwiches, it looks like. Joe Murray, are you in or out on hidden vending machines?
I mean, if I could get a chicken sandwich out of a vending machine, I'm in. Okay?
You got to work for it, though. You got to find the vending machine.
So this is like the Hershey bar or whatever it was.
Yeah, like
the
Willy
golden
Wonka
ticket.
there, yeah.
So we got Colonel Sanders instead of Willy Wonka. Oh my God, Bijan Robinson is absolutely amazing. What was that, 80 yards, Bijan? Falcons are putting a whooping on.
That Bills defense, not good.
So I have to find... I'm not going around looking for a vending machine. But if I see a vending machine with a chicken sandwich, I'm in. And then I'll win free chicken for life?
Not for life.
Oh.
Just when your sandwich comes out of the vending.
My favorite thing from KFC was popcorn chicken.
In.
Oh, the wedges that they have too.
Well, Joe, speaking of those noises, our friends over at Nutella and Kinder Bueno are introducing a new frozen desserts line that will launch in the United States starting in December, including Nutella and Kinder Bueno ice cream, frozen ice cream cones, and other dessert treats. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Nutella and Kinder Bueno releasing frozen desserts?
I saw this on like an Instagram post. I mean, I think I'm in. Am I going out of my way for it though? Like, you ever like have somebody, hey man, you need to try this, and they just hand it to you, and you're like, hey, what's this? And they say, hey, it's a Nutella frozen, whatever. Like, that's how I feel like I would discover this.
I feel like the last candy that someone was like, oh, there's this new candy you got to try was the gummy clusters, the nerds, like
yes.
And someone was like, they're unbelievable, but they're 1,000,000% made. They're a science experiment. It's not nothing you're eating is in nature. It's a man-made creation, but delicious.
I always am into something of a delicant. What a delicate?
Yeah, sure, a delicacy.
Yeah, sure, delicacy. Sure. Have I been out on anything?
Well, let's see if maybe you're out on this one. Mike Tomlin ripped the Browns for trading Joe Flacco, saying it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback that you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a divisional opponent that's hurting in that area. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Mike Tomlin taking shots at the Browns for trading Joe Flacco within the division?
In. Anytime that you can knock one of your own divisional teams, you got to get in on that. I mean, how about this? Do you think Joe Flacco turned his nose to the Steelers at some point? Do you think that there was a Aaron Rodgers or Joe Flacco debate at one point?
I hope not.
So maybe that's what happened. I mean, who's better, Aaron Rodgers or Joe Flacco?
Aaron Rodgers.
Even for today.
Yes. Come on.
Do they want him? What, I mean, or are they just crapping on the Browns because it's fun to crap on the Browns?
It's an easy target.
Yeah, like it must be really easy for Mike Tomlin to just crap all over the Browns.
What an organization the Browns are. Setting Dylan Gabriel to fail, not only by starting him in that game, I think he dropped back to pass 52 times yesterday. Just really well-run organization there in Cleveland. That's how you set up your quarterback for success.
Any more?
I know we have Doug coming up. We'll wrap up with this one, Joe. M. Night Shyamalan, the master of the twists there, has announced that he will co-create and direct a live-action Magic 8 Ball TV show. Joe Murray, are you in or out on a Magic 8 Ball TV show written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan?
In. Shake it up. Can we get Magic Johnson? Give me the Magic.
It's a Magic
8 Ball. We shake it up. And that's in or out?
That is going to wrap up a Monday night edition of In or Out.
I'm getting a whiff of something. Not here, physically here. But I'm sniffing around on something that could be like favorable for the Patriots. And it's got something to do with the game that's on right now. I'm not even going to tease it. I'm just going to say it because we have Doug coming up. I don't think Josh Allen's right.
How about the Patriots could be first in the AFC East if the Bills lose this game?
But if he's not right, dude, it's Patriots all the way in the AFC East. I'm going to sniff around on that one. Didn't he hurt his hand or something against the Pats? Something to that degree. I can't believe I know people liked the Falcons tonight. I will say that. Like, there were bettors that I know that like the Falcons. And it went from 4 to 3.5. 28 points in the first quarter, and then now here we are, 10 minutes to go. Wild night. All right, we're going to talk to Doug Kyed. He of the Boston Herald. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Kyed of the Boston Herald, who was in New Orleans, made it through the nor'easter, and is now joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Up. Doug, how are you tonight, bud?
Joe, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Dedication to you, sir. You were like, I landed. I'm good to go, man.
I wouldn't want to leave you hanging.
No, you never would. I love that about you. You're a determined man of the Patch Chat podcast. How was New Orleans overall, and how was the football game in your opinion?
Yeah, New Orleans overall was fun. It's a very unique city. I like New Orleans a lot, so fun to be down there. And football game, weird game, honestly. First half obviously went great for the Patriots, but held on in the second half. Not exactly the prettiest second half there. Officiating terrible. So overall, honestly, just felt like a weird game. But Patriots escaped with a win, so definitely a positive for them.
All right, so all night long, I'm not discrediting Josh McDaniels. I'm not discrediting Mike Vrabel. I'm not doing that. But we're watching a quarterback that is really just elevated and has taken multiple steps. He's clutch, right? He's had clutch plays. And there are multiple games where I can tell you, yeah, they won last week on a comeback, and then yesterday he had that third down play on third and 11. It was huge. But don't forget the Pop Douglas play where the ball was there, but Pop moved, right? So that's why I think we're seeing more of him, the poise. He's slippery in the pocket, right? I think the old Drake, when he got pressured, would just kind of tuck it, drop his head, and try to run. Now he's looking for a way out of it to continue to plays alive. And I know that's something they worked on. But, dude, these 20, 30, 40, 50-yard plays, to me, I feel like that's just Drake May and the team taking the training wheels off and him showing what he's got.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Drake May deserves most of the credit. And Mike Vrabel even said that today for taking the coaching, for developing the way that he's doing it, for turning some of those scramble plays into, like you said, 50, 60-yard passes downfield. And the 60-yarder to Demario Douglas obviously didn't wind up counting, but one of the more impressive plays that he had in that game. I do give some credit, though, to Josh McDaniels, Ashton Grant, and Mike Vrabel for pushing him along, though, because very easily he could have just continued to rely on his legs, continued to rely on the scrambling. But I think that all three of those guys are pushing him to be better in this offense. And I mean, it's paying off huge. This was, it feels like every week we're saying like, oh, this might have been the best game of Drake May's career. I'm like, truly Sunday against the Saints might have been the best game of his career.
Look, I mean, he's doing it on a one-dimensional offense, right? They're getting nothing from their run game. I can give you the numbers if you'd like. I actually looked them up. 23 first down runs, 13 of them were actually runs. Sorry, 23 first downs, 13 of them were runs. So when they passed the ball, it was good. When they ran the ball, it was bad. I mean, are they just trying to keep it honest, or is this really just what it's going to be the rest of the way?
Well, I think they're definitely trying to keep it honest, and I think they're really trying to develop the run game, but it's not working right now. As you mentioned, it's completely one-dimensional, and in many ways, running the ball is just actively hurting the offense. Like, it's putting Drake May in disadvantageous situations where suddenly 1st and 10 becomes like 2nd and 13 or something like that. Then you have to dig yourself out of this hole that the running game is putting him in. So it's really increasing the difficulty level for Drake May, which makes his performance all the more impressive. But they really have to figure out this running game. They have to figure out, okay, is it the backs? Is it the offensive line? And if it is the backs, do they then have to make a trade for a running back? Because it's a bad schedule and the Patriots will continue winning. But when they do start facing tougher teams, you need some semblance of a rushing game. And right now they have absolutely nothing.
So this is why I think it makes Drake May's performance even better. Yeah. The fact that he can do this, and I'm a betting guy, so I had to look up the odds, but I mean, who knows what happens if the Bills lose tonight? Yep. But Josh Allen's the favorite for the MVP. Right now, Drake May's 6th on FanDuel. I think he's 7th at DraftKings. Well, you know, Josh Allen loses tonight, like, does he now move into the top 5? I think it's him and Baker Mayfield that are probably right in the conversation for both of their teams. And with the soft schedule ahead here, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but, you know, the Patriots could be in playoff contention, but also might have an MVP on their hands.
Yeah, I fear a little bit that even if Drake May plays like an MVP for the rest of the season, maybe he still just doesn't have the name recognition in year two, because like you're not going to see a lot of national games for this Patriots team, even if they are really good. The fans just aren't like national fans aren't going to be watching this team. They have 2 more primetime games the rest of the season. Maybe you see one more game get flexed into primetime, but I just really wonder even if writers, like the people who vote for MVP, are going to see enough of Drake May to actually give him that award, if they will hold the schedule and the strength of opponents against Drake May. But there's no doubt that right now he's playing like an MVP. He's top 10 in every major passing category, top 5 in many of them. 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I think the biggest fear that everyone had with Drake May coming in the season, and even early in the season, was the turnovers. He's gotten 4 games now without a turnover, 3 straight, 4 overall. It's been unbelievable. I think he's deserving of MVP consideration. I just don't know if it gets there this year.
All right, we're talking with Doug Kyed. He is of the Boston Herald. He's returned. He's made his triumphant return from New Orleans, which a lot of us never want to leave. Okay, so I wanted to get your opinion on the Mike Vrabel challenges. I again didn't love the Vrabel hire. I understand it, and clearly it's working. Like, they don't have to worry about their next coach, like the Titans do now, right? Who fired their coach today?
Yeah.
So the challenge, the trust in the players, I think, is one thing that's kind of made me turn on in a good way for Vrabel. Mm-hmm. Like Ramondre Stevenson, they trust him, right? These guys, there's a bond there. It's real. You can't fake that. But challenging the plays and then choosing not to challenge certain plays. The Olave one really worked, not challenging, because they had to punt anyways, right? But I can't get enough of, on third down, they can't move the ball. And they throw it past the sticks, bullet, back shoulder, Keyshawn Booty, who stays inbounds. Mm-hmm. The refs can't get it right because they were absolutely horrendous, and I'll ask you a follow-up on that. But he reviews it, and it runs the clock down to the 2-minute warning, which sets up victory formation. To me, like, those are the little things when you look at coaching that it was bad here for a while. Mm-hmm. Now, having that challenge late in the game sealed the victory. It could have gotten a little awry. It's the NFL. You never know. Bad snaps happen. Punt blocks happen. Well, I watched the Miami Miracle. I just can't get enough of that play, and I actually would want to credit Mike Vrabel for sealing the deal for his team yesterday.
I think it's pretty clear, too, that before that play, they knew that like, if he stays in bounds there, they're going to be able to run down the clock, because Keyshawn Booty said it after the game that, like, he stressed staying in bounds there. So that Mike Vrabel was in his ear, Josh McDaniels was in his ear, Stretch is probably up in the booth talking about it like, hey, you have to stay in bounds. If you stay in bounds here, this game is over. So and then obviously once they saw him stay in bounds, it was already in their head that, like, okay, he stayed in bounds. He did his role. Now we challenge us, drain the clock down, because, I was kind of embarrassed as the game was going on. I didn't even realize that they would be able to just kneel on the ball there at the end, and the game was going to be over out of the 2-minute warning. So unbelievable wherewithal from everyone involved, from Stretch to Keyshawn Booty to Mike Vrabel. So that was huge. And I think that they were also smart to not challenge the Olave play, because they knew that the situation was that the Saints were probably going to have to punt anyway. Wasn't going to make a major difference in that situation. So that was huge, winning the 2 challenges, because I think there was some question early in the season, like, when are they going to start challenging plays? When are they going to start winning some challenges? I mean, that helped them win that game.
It was huge. I want to credit Vrabel for that. It really, now they trust him. You know what I mean? It's just that whole build trust thing. It's camaraderie, whatever you want to call it, just between player and coach. It's real. What else? Oh, so you were there for the officiating, man. I'm watching on television, so I have the radio broadcast in my ear, and I'm watching the game. And there was a couple of them that you're there, so I actually want to get yours. The Stephon Diggs one down the sideline, the Pop Douglas second one. I mean, they ripped a touchdown and almost over 100 yards away from Drake May, but And then even the 2-point conversion. I don't even know what happened. I know they put points on the board, but they said it wasn't good. I'm really confused. What was it like for you there?
First of all, go Mariners. Mariners just won.
I was going to follow up with you on that.
That's huge. But I mean, I was staring at the official as he threw the flag. The Patriots were celebrating in the corner of the end zone when he threw the flag on the Demario Douglas 61-yard touchdown. It was so comically late that as I'm watching it live, I'm like, oh, there was taunting or there was some personal foul or something. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that that was going to be a pass interference penalty from before Drake May even let go of the ball. So that was the strangest penalty I've ever seen live. Just how like it was a nothing, no contact really even worthy of pass interference from Stephon Diggs, the lateness of the penalty, the situation where they're announcing it when the Patriots special teams are already on the field, just really bizarre overall. And then, yeah, I mean, the Diggs pass interference later, thought that was ticky-tack. At least there was some contact there. But then to not throw the flag the next play when Matt Collins is interfered with even more, the biggest thing that I noticed is that all of the flags were coming from the same side of the field. Like it was all on the right side of the field where Stephon Diggs was supposedly interfering on the Pop Douglas play. The flag on Stephon Diggs was on the same side of the field. The no call on Matt Collins was on the same side of the field. Yet the makeup call after the Diggs 61-yard touchdown that was erased was on the other side of the field. So it almost felt like the other officials were like throwing makeup calls to make up for someone else. So I have no idea what's going on. Obviously, everyone goes to conspiracy theories and everything like that, but it was truly bizarre. And then, yeah, the Drake May 2-point conversion too. Like I'm staring at the play. I see him get over. And then when they ruled him down short, I was like, am I going nuts? Am I crazy? Because he was over the line of scrimmage clearly. And obviously the replay showed that they were able to review it. But yeah, probably the worst officiating I've seen maybe ever in a game.
I've tried to do this conversation with Andrew Callahan. I've tried to talk about the officiating and how it impacts games. And he lives and dies by it's like horrible to do that. I'm sorry.
And it does. Yeah.
He's like anti it, but I'm actually curious. Was he flabbergasted as well?
He was not in Las Vegas. He was not in New Orleans, unfortunately. But he did tweet something about it where like he hates doing this. He hates blaming on like saying anything about officiating. But I think it even reached a level where he was like, I don't know, flabbergasted by it as well, because he was tweeting about it. He was tweeting videos. I think it even reached the point where he thought it was absurd. But no, I mean, like, obviously it winds up going both ways in a lot of ways, but I feel like the officials were really lucky the Patriots still were able to win that game, and they were still able to score after the Demario Douglas 61-yard touchdown, because if the Patriots had somehow lost that game, then it becomes a full-blown like controversy afterwards.
Well, I thought it was a trap game to begin with, right? You're in the middle of 3 games on the road consecutively, which I'm trying to remember now, but they've never actually won all 3 games of a 3 consecutive games stretch. Wow. They did it in 1985. The team that lost to the Bears, they won all 3 games on the road in the playoffs. But they have never, when they've had the opportunity to play 3 consecutive games, they've never been able to win. And it's usually the 3rd game that is the issue. And I'll save it for another day, but when a coach gets fired, generally there's a bump. And I'm not even kidding you. Like I have this thing called the wrangle, which is the ref angle. I have a coach's fired angle. And I'm telling you, it's real, man. From 2010 to 2024, when head coaches take over, that coach gets fired, dude, it's like a 20 to 12 against the spread, like that kind of difference. I'm not going there this week with Tennessee, though. They fired their coach, and Cam Ward's not the guy.
And I mean, also, I think the Patriots are going to rally around Mike Vrabel in this one, win it for Vrabel in Tennessee. And the other thing I would throw in there is like Mike McCoy doesn't necessarily, I don't know, strike me as the kind of coach that everyone's going to like rally around and be like, all right, this is a player's coach, like you might with like Antonio Pierce or something like that. I don't know if McCoy's that type of guy. I feel pretty safe about the Patriots going into Tennessee still, but it is interesting. It's definitely interesting.
Okay, I just had one more thing on the officials. I watched the Mariners sleepless in Seattle game the other night.
Yes.
I thought that umpire was horrible in extra innings. I don't know what you thought about that. I thought that was bad. So that's what capped off my weekend. I got home. I do the night show. I go home. I watched that thing, and I just thought it was horrible. The ump was bad. Then Saturday, I'm watching college football, and there was a lot of bad calls, but the Kirby Smart one in particular, he's on the sideline calling timeout, and the official sees him, and then he says, no, I was clapping, and they still awarded it. Like, bogus.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, and then even the Jared Goff touchdown on the night game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't review the plays, but yet you called the play a penalty, but yet you can't review it. So, like, how do they do that? And this is my follow-up to you. If players have to get drug tested after having big games, what penalties or what, I guess, happens to an official after a big game? Do they look at his bank account? Do they look at his search? Like, there needs to be some sort of accountability that, like, players have.
Well, I mean, that's why I'm glad that Mike Reese did the pool report, at least with the officials after the game, is that I feel like that it's not the same thing, like you said, as like taking a drug test or checking the bank account, but it at least keeps them honest and accountable for when they really do truly mess up a call. But I mean, if I'm the Patriots, with the official who threw a flag on Diggs on that 61-yard touchdown, I'm taking that to the top of the league and just being like, we need to figure this out. What happened here? Tell us exactly what he saw. Why did they wait to throw the flag? Like, why did that all happen? And like, I don't know if it gets to the point of being investigated, but like when someone does something that egregiously bad, I think it's within the rights to suspend the guy or to punish him or to do something, because he obviously just can't be trusted in those type of big moments.
Again, I sound like the guy who's complaining all the time about officiating, but
hey,
I'm glad you.
It does matter.
I'm glad you were there to be like, what the hell is going on?
Yes, because I mean, I'm staring at the guy. I see the flag thrown, and I was just like, what was that? I think I turned to someone. I was sitting next to Aaron Sulkin from the Patriots and Nicole Yang from the Boston Globe. I was like, that's the latest flag I've ever seen.
Horrible. It was terrible. If I can just be critical about the Patriots, we already mentioned their running game.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on their defense, and should I be concerned of their red zone offense going forward?
Yeah, there's some concerns there, but I think that plays in the running game as well. If they can fix the running game, whether that's the O-line, Mike Vrabel saying it's one guy away, whatever, I think that'll help a lot in the red zone. And the defense does still feel like it's a guy away. So I would like to see them make a move at the trade deadline, whether it's for a pass rusher or a linebacker or a safety, someone to help that defense a little bit more, like a high impact starting type defensive player to pull that whole unit together, because they do have some talent. Obviously Barmore and Williams and Gonzalez, Robert Spillane's been playing really well. So they've got some talent, but I do still think that they're like one guy away from that whole unit gelling.
Yeah, yesterday Milton Williams and somebody, Barmore, they weren't as great as they've been. Maybe there was a sickness.
Yeah.
Because Williams, I think, was questionable, right?
Yeah, Williams told Mark Daniels of the Mass Live that he had like 100-something fever the day before the game, and he had to get IVs. So obviously that'll impact your performance a little bit. And then they were down two of the outside linebackers when Landry went out. Milton Williams had to play on the edge for a little bit. So yeah, just some guys missing. Milton Williams might not being 100%. So I think that impacted everything a little bit.
I got a name for running back just because he's been around for a bit. He's played on some championship teams. Samaje Perine. Just get him out of Cincinnati. He can handle the ball. He doesn't fumble. He's 30, but he's a smart runner, and I just think maybe he could be the third complement.
Yeah, and I think that he can do some stuff in the passing game as well, which would obviously help. If you can trust him on third down as either a pass catcher or pass protection, because it was another week where they give Trevion Henderson 2 opportunities in pass protection. He allowed a pressure on one of them. He did have a decent blitz pickup, but just overall, he needs to be better in that area a lot.
And he's a kick returner, so maybe they, if they didn't like Efton Chisholm, who looked kind of slow,
a little slow. Yeah, it seemed like they were being really protective of the running backs back there. Obviously, you see Antonio Gibson tear his ACL in that play, then you probably don't want to put Henderson and Stevenson back there. But it's a play where you can, make a huge impact, get good field position. So you need someone dangerous back there. I'm not sure if Chisholm was the guy.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring up the 2 incompletions. Kyle Williams, he's got to go to the sideline. He can't go to the middle of the field on that incompletion. What was that, before the final drive for the Pats? And then Pop went too far.
Right.
And maybe he's got that PTSD from not getting to the sticks or before then.
Yeah.
But those weren't on May. I thought those were the receivers' issues.
Yeah, no, and I think PFF even gave him a turnover-worthy play on the throw to Pop, which I didn't think was fair. May was really good at protecting the ball. I didn't look at that as being his fault either, and it could have been pass interference as well. I mean, the defender was basically standing in Pop's way with his back turned to the ball.
If Buffalo loses here, Patriots go into first place in the AFC East. They'll beat the Jets probably. I mean, is this? Are people going to be getting? Should we start the Drake May tour of MVP, or the Patriots are going to the playoffs? Like things are setting up Patriots right now.
It does still feel a little bit early because it still feels like this is a team that could lose to one of these teams. Whether I don't see them losing the Titans, but then you've got the Browns and the Falcons, and if the Falcons are able to beat the Bills, and maybe it still feels like they can lose a winnable game in this stretch, but. I mean, yeah, if they wind up coming out of week 6 in first place, I don't think that anyone possibly could have foreseen that happening heading into the season. So it's pretty unbelievable that they're even in this position right now.
All right, Doug, we were having some fun with this one. I don't know why it got brought up. I think some guy called in and he was dropping his kid off in college. But what's the best college party school you've ever been to?
Oh, wow. God, I haven't been to. I guess like UMass, because Emerson certainly wasn't it. I went to Emerson. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess it would probably have to be UMass.
UMass was mine as well.
Yeah,
UMass and Plymouth State College were my 2 biggest. I don't know why, but I was thinking about local party schools here, and I figured you might have gone to like Washington or something like that.
No, never went to Washington. When I was like going more around the country. It was when I was in my like early 20s. So I would have been maybe like 23, 24, somewhere around there. So wasn't in many colleges at that point. But yeah, like I was at Bridgewater State a few times. They weren't that great. So yeah, I guess I would have to go UMass.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Jorge Polanco, where does he stand amongst Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, Jay Buhner, Brett like all the Alex Rodriguez?
Legend.
I mean, he's how many wins does he have for the Mariners? Right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 in the last few games here. He's been unbelievable. He had 1 down the stretch as well before they were even in the playoffs with 2 home runs in that game. So he's been unbelievable. And like a lot of the bats are pretty cold for the Mariners right now. Yeah. Suarez can't hit. Naylor's finally picking it up. Raleigh's been a little bit cold. So having Polanco in there hitting dingers, it's huge for them. And I mean, I feel like they stole the win against the Blue Jays yesterday when they had Bryce Miller pitching. I don't think anyone expected the Mariners to win that one. To come out of Toronto 2-0 they're in great shape right now. It's unbelievable.
He's Doug Kyed, everybody. He works over at the Boston Herald. He does the Patch Chat podcast as well, and he just landed from New Orleans. Go get some rest, man. Enjoy some football. Catch up on wrestling as well, and we'll do it again soon.
Absolutely. Sounds good, Joe.
You got it. He's Doug Kyed, everybody. Thank you for joining us. He was determined to join us tonight. You know what? If there was a company that was an advertiser that wants me to send a gift card to Doug Kyed, send me a gift card to Doug Kyed. And maybe I'll ask Doug if he wants to go to lunch with me. What about you, Skaz? You want to meet Doug for lunch?
Of course.
You know,
who doesn't?
I think I know where he's at. We could all meet halfway. Maybe at the halfway.
What a setup, Joe.
All right, there's football games on. We got to tell you the scores here in headlines.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Falcons lead the Bills. Did they not score a touchdown? What just happened there? What's going on with the refs again? What are they doing, Skaz? What's going on right now? Was there a touchdown at the buzzer and then they said it wasn't a touchdown?
No, I think it was. I think Drake London had a big touchdown at the end. I thought maybe.
No, it's not. It's not. No. I thought so too.
This is the disadvantage of not having audio.
Yes. What is the score, please, on 21-7 halftime, ESPN says. What just happened? Anyways, who should be the next coach of Penn State, guys?
Who should be or who will be?
Should and will.
I mean, I think there's a lot of different ways they could go. Cignetti's certainly a guy that's climbed the ranks with Indiana there, turned them into they're a contender. I mean, they're not going to win the national championship with that roster, but just what he's done in such a short time for a program that was about as bad as it gets in college football with Indiana. He's a guy that I think should get a look. Matt Rule seems to be a really popular name. You know, NFL experience. It was in Carolina. I think he's at Nebraska now.
I think he played at Penn State.
So there you go, another connection. Someone like that. I mean,
can I throw a name at you?
Please.
I know we don't like this man. Do you know who I'm going to say?
Urban
Meyer. Dude, listen. You want to beat Ohio State? Do you want to beat Ohio State?
You think Urban's still the guy, though?
Yes.
With NIL and everything? We're talking about a guy who used to have his superstar table and his non-superstar table that they talked about in the documentary, where he's separating his players by that. And if you want to eat in a certain area, or he was serving them different food based on how they played in the games. I think, right? If I'm remembering the documentary correctly.
I will say this. Penn State needs to be diligent on the reputation of their next head coach.
Yeah, Urban, no issues there with that guy.
Guys, they need James Franklin was a great coach. I want to say that. I'm gonna admit that. James Franklin was a great coach who could never ever win the absolute game he needed to win. I'm not gonna say he can't win a big game because he has.
He can't win a big game.
Well, he has.
But
he won last year, a playoff game.
Yeah, the first round, right?
He won it. He beat Boise State.
He beat Boise State, Joe.
Come on.
Boise State.
Did he win it?
Cignetti has more wins against the top 10 in the last 3 weeks than Franklin did in his whole time at Penn State.
You're right. Cignetti is the guy. He ain't leaving Indiana. Is he? How do you leave Indiana? How do you leave?
They all leave. They all leave for the bag.
I'll say this. That's the guy. You want the guy? That's the guy.
You know college football better than me. The guy at Texas A&M.
Mike Elko.
Is that a lateral move, or is Penn State a step above Texas A&M?
I think the Big Ten makes more money.
I just remember that contract Jimbo got, and I'm like, how is anybody going to outpay Texas A&M? Like Jimbo had like a $70 million buyout at one point, and then they waited and gave him $50 million to leave or whatever. What about Lane?
I like it.
I just think he's almost too flashy for Penn State.
Yeah, like the social media, the betting,
yes,
he reputation,
yes,
right. I have two names that I think are safe for them. It's not going to put them over the top. Manny Diaz is one of them. He was their defensive coordinator. He got the head coaching job at Duke. That's not really. That's not moving the needle for me. But do I think he's a quality, keeps like the Penn State, linebacker, all that defense kind of stuff. He keeps that going. I don't know if Bill O'Brien's good for NIL.
No.
And I'm sure that if he could bail out of BC for Penn State, he'd do it.
Yeah, but why would Penn State want him?
I don't think they're going to. And you brought up the NIL, which I don't think he's handling well. Matt Rule is at Nebraska, but they're really not thriving. They're just better.
Can I give you one?
Please.
Because the games are on right now. What about Joe Brady?
So Joe Brady's going to be one of the hottest names going.
William and Mary guy. They churn out coaches. I believe he played there and then, started his coaching career there. And then he was a graduate assistant at Penn State. So he has ties there. That was one of his first gigs in coaching.
Does it put them over the top?
I think, no, probably not. But the sell of, look at what I did with Josh Allen, that is something. That's not nothing. Josh Allen was an MVP when I was his offensive coordinator. I know how these young quarterbacks work, the new age offense, mobile quarterbacks, like something like that. I think Joe Brady's a name that should at least be considered. That if I was Penn State, I think I'd take, Joe Brady over some of those other retreads you mentioned.
Yeah, Manny Diaz, I think safe. Matt Rule's probably, he'd bail on Nebraska if he could. One name I'll give you that I know isn't really like the like pops off the name, but I think he's the next power coach. Alex Golish at South Florida.
He is the second favorite right now, plus 250.
South Florida just put up 60 points over the weekend. Dude, South Florida was one of the worst colleges going. Speaking of that, you see who got fired this weekend?
James Franklin,
Trent Dilfer.
Oh, yes. Trent Dilfer also fired.
Wherever Lifshats is, he's Lifshats with us tomorrow.
How's Doug Gottlieb doing?
Oh, he got canned, too.
Yeah, I know. But I just wanted people to remember that.
But I'm glad you mentioned both of them because I've faded UAB. It's over. The UAB
fade is over.
I can't wait to, if we were still doing the Over-Under podcast, I would do an homage to how bad he was against the spread. But you know what, though? I still think these schools, like we're talking about it on Boston Sports Radio, I still think Penn State's got that, that discussion talk, that power. So the reason why I mentioned Urban is because he puts them over the top. I know it's controversial. The NIL is a real... Nick Saban got out of the game because he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I'm out on Urban.
So, no, I get you. I need a big name. Signetti's probably the guy. Probably.
What about the guy in Tennessee? Would he lead? Is Tennessee bigger than Penn State? I know he can't win the big one either.
Recruits hell of a quarterbacks, though.
Yeah. Heupel?
Josh Heupel. He was great at UCF. Was it UCF he was at, too? So you look at his quarterbacks, dude. He pumps out quarterbacks. Look at what UCLA's doing right now with their quarterback. They beat Penn State. Maybe there's some. Ooh, there's something there to that. Matt Rule though does nothing for me. Manny Diaz, it's good. I wonder if they have a guy. Like, do they have somebody internally?
You don't make that move if you don't have a guy. Internally or externally. Another name I've seen thrown around quite a bit, which surprised me a little bit, is Fran Brown. I know he's done all right at Syracuse, but I didn't think he was Penn State,
No, but he has a high-powered offense, and since they're so, linebacker could they really put... And, I don't want to say this about Drew Aller, but, man, it just killed his draft stock.
I thought he was going to... if he came out last year, he's probably a first-round pick.
He because of, Ewers and some other guys, I would say mid-round, because he was projected to be a top first round.
It's like Sam Howell.
Exactly. But it's kind of sad. Like, he came back for a big year and whatever. I'm talking college football here, and everyone's probably rolling their eyes.
I enjoyed it.
I did too. But anytime I can bring up Urban Meyer to turn around a team, I think we deserve a few minutes to crap all over him.
You know who I'm shocked you didn't bring up, Joe, and I know it's not the NFL?
I've got John Gruden, baby!
That's what I was waiting for. That's your guy.
Spider 2 now again, reputation, right? Barstool.
He's won everything though. Like his loss. I'm saying, it seems like he's getting wins over the NFL left and right.
John Gruden.
He's kind of been vindicated. It feels like.
He's gonna get a job. I just don't know if it's Penn State. But could he go to South Florida if Al Golish leaves? That'd be good, huh? Him back in Florida with the visor. Like some small school, and he's just kind of like Dion, right? Go back. Rich Rod did it too, but he still sucks now in West Virginia. It's just
another visor guy.
God, visor guys. The name I circle is Jim Knowles. It's just he's a local guy. He's the defense. He's just Veteran coach. I know. Manny Diaz, though, I bet you will get an interview.
Woof.
Who someone's going to have to leave, right? Like, would Dan Lanning leave?
No.
No, I wouldn't either. If I was Dan Lanning, I'd never leave Oregon.
Yeah.
I'd just become like the Duck.
The money he's got with Nike over there.
I would be the Duck if I was Dan Lanning.
Put the mascot costume on.
Can I give you one more? Just one
Please.
more name. Dabo Swinney.
No. He sucks with the NIL.
His NIL sucks. This is these great coaches.
He looked good against Belichick, though. I'll give him that.
He looked good against Bill O'Brien, too.
Well, I think everybody does these days.
I'm fascinated by college because I think that coaches now think they can just go there. The NIL is a different breed, dude. There are like really important people that have things set up right in college that NFL people, like, this is what Mike Lombardi's issue is. He turns his nose to the guys who do great jobs at the college level.
Mike Lombardi's got a lot of issues.
Yeah. Hey, do you think Jordan would like Tennessee?
I think she'd like Tennessee.
Yeah.
A lot to do in Nashville. A lot of Instagram opportunities there for ads, I would imagine.
Pageants.
Wear country outfits. Put the hat on Bill. Put your overalls on, square dancing.
The owner in Tennessee is so bad that I wonder if they'd consider it.
Well, Joe, do you want to know who they are considering, just to prove your point? I think it was Rap Sheet had this earlier. Names to watch for the Titans head coaching search: Matt Nagy and Arthur Smith. Two guys who just instill confidence, winning football. Two absolute zeros. This is what the NFL. The NFL is like the NHL now, where these bums like Lindy Ruff and guys just coach for $1 million. Elaine Vigneault and these guys coach for 50 years just because they don't want to hire anybody new.
Like if they were like, "Hey, we're bringing in Crystal Ball from Miami," I'd be like, "Hey, I get it."
They're trying something.
Hey, I get
let's
it.
bring in Matt Nagy.
Best offensive line coach there is in college football. I get it.
Matt Nagy got hired because of Patrick Mahomes, then got his own team.
Arthur Smith, same thing.
Sucked.
Right?
Yes. Arthur Smith, go spend your dad's money. Stop trying to coach in the NFL. Your dad owns FedEx. Go away. I get it. You're trying to be a noble career for yourself, and just your dad owns FedEx. Go away.
I'd make a FedEx drink.
Yes.
With an umbrella.
You ship your ass anywhere. Just go. Go away.
All right. Well, that was good conversation there on college football, since nobody cares. Enjoy quick and I do. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off your next draft oil change at Valvoline Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I love when Skaz just tells people to go away. Like, you go away. No, you're right. Why the hell does the guy who owns FedEx want to be a coach anymore?
You wouldn't know my name if my dad owned FedEx. I'd own an island you've never heard of.
I care about college football, Skaz.
Yeah, so do I.
Thank you. I wonder if our listeners did. All right. Well, we're late, Skaz. And I'll just read this in case we're late, but the headline will be brought to you by Eastern Mass's leader in drain cleaning and pipelining, Drains by James. Slow drain, clog drain. You need to contact Drains by James today at drainsbyjames.com. I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hey, this October, eliminate chili drafts for good with Window Nation. Right now, when you buy 2 replacement windows, you'll get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 whole years. But you have to hurry. The sale ends October 31st. Schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com.
Sports fans and collectors, the Greater Boston Sports Collectors Show is back October 31st through November
No.
They can't bring him in.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think Deion's got a lot of health stuff going on right now.
Touchdown Buffalo Bills. 21-13 with the extra point.
Ray Davis.
I thought Doug Gottlieb got canned. Somebody's telling me he's not. Now I need to. I thought he did get canned. Doug Gottlieb, American basketball analyst, sports talk show host, men's head basketball coach. Oh, he's still there. Oh wow, I'm wrong on that. I am wrong. They must have signed him to a deal that we paid him. He brings, even though he sucks, he brings his people in. Anyways, I guess I was wrong on that one. What about Belichick to does Jordan like Buffalo, guys?
I don't know if she can really build the real estate empire up in Buffalo.
Yeah. You sent this one to me, Skaz. I know I was a little late in that last segment talking about
some good college football talk.
It's needed. This in the world of Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell, right?
Of course.
I get it late night. I'm a late night Taco Bell person. But there is a unofficial Taco Bell ultra marathon last week that had runners eating at nearly every stop of a 31-mile route. Now, here's the situation, though. Pepto-Bismol is banned. And if you puke, you're disqualified. What if you poop? Do you know the answers, guys?
I mean, I do remember many, many years ago, there was a moment on this very station where some leakage caused some disruptions during a race. I don't know if you get I think you might disqualify yourself if that happens.
Yes, there was a very famous marathon in Boston. Uda Pipig, I think, was. She had
some, it happens to everybody.
Well, I love Trenny. I don't mean to bring this up, but she publicly spoke about it. So I guess I think she
a fair game
had a stomach issue on her. But I feel like I'm open to talk about it because she was. So I don't hope nobody thinks this. It was the eighth edition of the International Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon. It has been described as urban legend, more mysterious and barking spiders. And I got to read this stuff before I read it out loud. So, if you complete the challenge, you will be deemed a survivor, revered and heckled for life. But if I ate a taco at every stop, I'm not running a marathon.
Certainly not an ultra marathon.
You have to be present at all 10 Taco Bell stops along the course. There's zero tolerance of course cutting. You eat a menu item from at least 9 of the 10 Taco Bell stops. By the 4th stop, all entrants must have consumed at least one Chalupa Supreme or one Country Wrap Supreme.
I like that there's hard and fast rules. You have to eat these certain menu items.
That's by the 4th stop. By the 8th stop, all entrants must have consumed at least one Burrito Supreme or Nacho Bel Grande Supreme. It all needs to be finished under 11 hours. Drinks do not count as food. Entrants must keep all receipts and wrappers for confirmation of stupidity at the end of the run. An off-course bathroom break will be allowed at Wash Park. Oh, boy.
Wash Park. I want to see your washing there.
Survivors will eventually get a commemorative...
Survivors?
Item. Yeah, that's what
I don't like that they use that term.
They'll get a commemorative item after successful completion of the run. So you have to... No on-course Pepto, Alka-Seltzer, Pepsid AC, Mylanta will be allowed. Diablo Challenge. Lather all items with Diablo sauce and do a Diablo shooter at the end. What the hell is that?
I'm going to guess that's like their spicy sauce or something. You got to put that on every menu item and then drink the sauce at the end.
Baja Blast Challenge. Drink an aggregate of 2 liters of Baja Blast during the run without vomiting. No shot.
No shot. 2 liters.
Dude, I drink Gatorade and I want to throw up. Of course, the charity partner is the Achilles International Denver Tow. I'm good with that. I don't need your Pepto, Alka-Seltzer, or any of that. I need a bathroom. I've talked about this with Fred before, and I really mean it. I will choose what I'm eating based off where I am.
Or where you're going to be?
Or where I'm going, exactly. So, like, if we're going to a concert and you're like, let's go get Taco Bell, I'm going to have reservations.
Like in general. I thought you meant like at a bathroom or something.
Now, if we went to the concert and on the way home...
Different story.
Way different story. But if it's like, hey, meet me at Lone Star and then let's go to the Bruins game, I'm going to be like, Lone Star, huh? Where are we sitting? Because if it's, the sports have suites, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you've heard, but there's, you can use a lot of the bathrooms in those suites. Beautiful. Private. You have a person who kind of keeps it clean. Do you know what I feel like all bathrooms need, guys? A list on it, like who cleaned it not last and what time.
You see that at some, fast food places and rest stops. Every once in a while, they'll have the list on the door where they're supposed to write the time. Not often it's filled out, I'll say.
I feel like that needs to be there. Maybe we can revisit this. Maybe there's like video, audio.
I'd like to get a contestant on the show. I'd like to interview someone that's done this.
I'll see if someone's on TikTok.
I've heard of the beer mile, but this is taking it to the extreme.
Real quick, when someone says that there's a nor'easter, can we only use that word for snow?
I kind of agree with this take. I think nor'easter, I think snow.
Don't give me your rain. I can handle the rain.
I can handle the rain.
But the nor'easter, like, that means I got to go get my snowblower going.
We do have meteorologist friends of the program that have called in before.
We do.
I'm sure they're going to tell us that nor'easter is just a type of, storm pattern or whatever, but nor'easter, snow.
How about we're getting a ton of rain? Just leave it at that. Today is October 13th, Skaz.
Some good ones today, Joe.
I would like to start with a happy birthday to Paul Pierce.
The truth.
I would also hope that Paul Pierce has a driver tonight.
Just going forward, I think it's safe to say.
Now, the traffic in L.A. is really bad.
You'd want a driver.
So, like,
barely moving anyways.
We work odd hours, Skaz. So, like, for me, I would like it if, maybe I had a driver after some talk.
That is correct. Do you know who else's birthday it is? Only 1 year younger than Paul Pierce.
No.
He was known as the Beast of the Eastern Conference at one point. Be Jermaine O'Neal.
Oh, teammates.
Same day. Teammate. Yes, I forgot. Yes. I thought those Pacers teams were actually going to do something at one point.
I did too when they had Larry Bird. Remember Larry Bird?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
He was pretty good. Ashanti is 45 years old, huh?
Love Ashanti.
It
is the man with the first 500 and 600 save career. It is Trevor Hoffman's birthday today.
The greatest football player of all time, Jerry Rice, is 63 years old today.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he's the greatest.
Better than Tom Brady.
Yeah. Like athlete, yeah.
Okay.
Happy 83rd birthday to Jared Jones. Glory hole.
Speaking of Celtics and former teammates, happy birthday to one Glenn Doc Rivers. Also his birthday today.
Do you think his kids are celebrating with him?
Yeah, you hope so, Is Austin
still the coach of the
bouncing around?
Bucks? Because they brought in another Antetokounmpo.
He is the head coach of the Bucks still. And they did. They brought in Alex, I believe, Antetokounmpo. So talk about getting desperate.
When you sent that to me, I was thinking about it. Do they have any? Like, I'd bring in all the Antetokounmpos. Just bring them all in because that dude's leaving soon.
Oh, they're trying, Joe.
Like
hire his dad. Pull a Jalen Brunson. Hire his dad.
This is where, like, Doc, I can't crap on him for this. Or is it even him?
It's not Doc. No.
No.
It's Giannis.
I want my other brother. You got cousins too? Let's bring them in. Bring all a whole starting 5 of Antetokounmpos
in.
If I was a Bucks fan, that's how I'd feel. Happy birthday to Paul Simon, 84 years old, one of the best writers of all time in music. Marie Osmond, 66. She still looks great.
Joe, are you familiar with Walter the Killer Kowalski?
Yes, Kowalski wrestling school.
Yes,
a lot of people. China, Triple H, my friend Rianne.
Born on this day in 1926.
Killer Kowalski. Happy 56th birthday to Stoneham's own Nancy Kerrigan.
Wow. Good one.
So I'm 43. She's 13 years. So that why me? Like, think about that, Skess. At the Olympics, someone clubbed. Sorry, Nancy. I love you. I've met you. You're a great person, and you're literally an icon in the history of the Olympics. But I can't believe that happened to you. And I don't think anybody can unless we talk about it. Have you ever seen I, Tonya?
I have not, but I heard it was pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, I liked it. Yeah.
A happy 78th birthday to one Sammy Hagar. You a Sammy Hagar guy, Joe?
I'm more of a David Lee Roth guy, but the song Right Now rules. Hey, there's no tomorrow. And if you really look at it, when you're going to have someone replace a lead singer, he was a pretty... have to go to break, guys. We'll get to you right after this on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub.
Back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Fourth quarter, 21-14 Falcons over the Bills. Bears lead 13-7 just before halftime. We're going to unveil something before we go home tonight in the next segment, not this one. But right now on our line, Justin and Lynn. Justin!
Hey, Joe, I just want to talk to you about something. The officiating in this week's games have been awful. I didn't like the call yesterday on Stephon Diggs, and I didn't like the holding call. I'm watching the Buffalo-Atlanta game now. The holding call that how you actually have the ball, how you asked about when they have the ball, that's how they got the ball back, because they called a hold on Atlanta prior to that. The officiating in the league this week has been terrible.
What do you do, Justin? What does the league do?
I think you're gonna have the league office take a look at it. I really do feel that way.
But what do you do? Take them off the next scheduled game? You know, do they get fined?
I think it's a league thing, Joe. You know, I think it really is.
It's unacceptable, Justin.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. It's unacceptable. I can imagine Justin from Lynn getting pissed off at some of the calls yesterday. I wonder if he threw something. I will tell you this. I was shocked at a couple of them. There was a couple of them where I went, I can't believe this is happening. But therefore, I watch a lot of games, and I see it all happen. Don's in Cava. Don.
Hey, Joe might be a whisperer friend. 2 words for Mr. Drake May. Quiet confidence. Like you, I viewed this game that just happened as a trap game, and I saw Drake May just fully in control. Unlike Mac Jones when he went 10-6, and he was flibbity-gibbity. He looked like the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. This kid has got it. And by the way, Joe, today's my 80th birthday, so throw me in there with Paul Pierce and those guys, okay?
So you and Paul Pierce and Doc Rivers all share a birthday.
Yeah, Joe, and who was it? Simon there, Simon and Garfunkel guy there. And,
so what would a Don and Selfie do on his on his 40th birthday?
Well, I'm kind of restricted. My mobility is shot pretty much.
Back in the day, though,
back in the day.
Donnie Selfie.
I don't remember half of them, so there's the answer.
Hey, you know what's you said quiet confidence? I like to use the word silent assassin.
Okay. I'll give you that.
All right, Don. Hey, Don, happy birthday to you, man. Congrats. You're 80 years old. You're going strong. Your kids love you, and you're the man, bro.
Hey, thanks so much, Joe.
Happy birthday, Don and Carver, everybody who's didn't know how to shut his car off one night because there was a bear outside, and he sat in the car, and I walked him through it.
Legend of the night show, Don and Carver. Happy birthday to Don. 80 years young.
Happy birthday. That's what Frosty the Snowman would say.
He comes out in Nor'easter, Joe.
Yes. Yes, Nor'easter, Frosty. Mark is in Framingham. Mark.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I just wanted to say that, as a Patriots fan, it's a great time to be alive here. I'm really liking the direction of the Pats here, and obviously Drake May look good, and I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to Vrabel making a homecoming to Tennessee and handing the Titans another loss this season. I just think it's been a very good run so far, and I just wanted to make a quick point about Cora and the Red Sox here. I think it's time for the Red Sox to part ways with Cora, find a different direction. I know he gets us to the playoffs this year, but I'm not looking forward to his decision-making next season. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Whoa, Mark, that's wow. I did see that Fatsy's back. I saw that Mr. Hudson's back. So I saw all those things. Dude, Bijan Robinson is disgusting.
Me and Mark were just saying the same thing. He's had 8 guys miss on one play.
I almost wonder if he's been the best draft pick over the last few years. Like physically, like the best.
Drake May, Joe. I know. Kyle Pitts, not so much.
I just despise him. The worst fantasy player in the history.
He's the Pitts, Joe.
I don't like fantasy, but he's the worst. All of a sudden, everybody wants to call us tonight. Calling me now. Oh, I feel like I had something here. What's on the rundown for 9:40?
Let's see. Well, I know we wanted to debut a song, Joe.
Ooh, you know what? We should go to break.
You want to go to break?
We should get on that. I just wanted to bring up this one thing regarding Marcus Jones. 5th player in Patriots history to have at least 3 pass breakups and a sack in a single game. He joins Richard Seymour.
Good.
Teddy Bruschi.
Also good.
Willie McGinnis.
Very good.
Otis Smith.
Very good.
Pretty good company.
I would say so.
Very good company. I feel a turnover from Mr. Penix coming soon. Senior. Nobody wants to be Mr. Junior. We'll go to a break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe.
Looks like the Bills. Did they turn it over? Or they're punting. Okay. Man. Bills hanging around, those Bills. Pesky Bills. Somebody just goes, I got $50 and says the refs will win this game for Buffalo. Who's taking that one? All right. So I have received all of your emails. I got 5 today. On my way in, I believe our good friend Tommy from Lynn, who has obviously been on the show. He comes to a lot of our events that we do, and I asked him what his favorite show was when he was on the Joe Murray Show, and he told me Felger and Maz. So, that's the kind of love that he has and determination for the station. Well, Tommy made a rap album. It's for autism. And it's got great, the graphic they made for the CD cover is incredible. And, well, I guess he used a lot of the stuff that he calls in about as some of his songs. And I didn't really have a chance today to listen to everything, but, Skaz says, Joe, you have to listen to this immediately. And if I'm looking at it just to be accurate, he made an album, Tommy Knows Best, Autism Raps. It was produced by Wade Barber. I'm on Spotify. It's right there right now. Well, looks like he has a song regarding the Joe Murray Show. Skaz, we want to set this up because I've only heard a little of it.
Yes. So before the show, I believe you are correct. He called into the Felger and Maz program and let them in on this. I believe they are also featured on a song. They are featured on a song called Drake May, which we will hear as well. But yes, Joe Murray, you are listed as featured on a song, lucky number 7. That would be Street Meat.
Well, let's hear the Tommy Knows Best album song, Street Meat, featuring Joe Murray.
I love street meat.
Street meat. Went to the sauce and grabbed a sausage. Peppers, onions, that's it, please. Now I'm on call with Joe Murray. Street meat. Went to the sauce and grabbed a sausage. Peppers, onions, that's it, please. Now I'm on call with Joe Murray. Now I'm in Boston in the car. Yo, pull over, man, let's go to the bar. Woman Empire, that's a superstar. Man, the future's bright, you can see from afar. It's Tommy from Lynn. I like to go out into the bean with my friends. Watch the Sox, the Celtics, and the Bruins. And every time I'm there, we're gonna win. I wish Murray would really hang out. We can go get some food, my dude, no doubt. One of my favorite homies, that's why I shout you out. Everyone that knows me knows what I'm all about. Tommy Knows Best Sports Podcast. How to plug it in, you know what we do best. This is Boston Sports, we're so blessed. Street meat. Went to the sauce and grabbed a sausage. Peppers, onions, that's it, please. Now I'm on call with Joe Murray. Street meat.
I mean, a certified banger, Joe.
Street meat. Gotta hit the stand, get the sausage. Street meat. What a banger.
In on that. Very much in on that.
What a banger.
Joe, would you like to hear a little bit of Drake May?
Yes. Please.
That's proud guys. I thought they played hard. They want to get back to our fundamentals and back to kind of establishing our identity. I felt like we did that. And I felt like we didn't hurt ourselves. Some penalties that we would like to have back. Obviously some 3 and outs that we could have done a better job on first down. But, I think we're proud of the defense. They put us in great spots. Marcus Jones, I feel it was a full team effort. I'm proud of the guys.
Throwing touchdowns every Sunday. He's gonna win a Super Bowl one day. You know who I'm watching every Sunday. He's gonna get us another ring one day. Tom Brady left it's okay. We got a new quarterback named Drake May. He's taking the field every Sunday, calling the shots and making the plays. Throwing the ball to Stephon Diggs. Top 5 in passing yards, doing it big. Throws a lot of touchdowns, really no picks. This new Pats team is sick. Shout out to Stevenson and Hunter Henry. When it comes to rings, we got plenty. Shout out to Henderson and Matt Collins. Turn on my TV, the Pats ballin'. This is Titletown, you know how we get down. New England Patriots, Super Bowl bound. Just look at the quarterback we found. Drake May, number 10, coming for the crown.
Yes, we teach every week this offense. Yeah.
What a banger! Drake May, street meat. It's Tommy from Lynn, dropping the beat. Hey!
That second one, he's got something there. That is catchy.
Can't wait to hear the rest of it, baby. Taylor Swift, move over. It's time for Tommy from Lynn. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, Joe, we're going to 59 here.
Oh. Do we have more? Is there any more?
Let's see. What do we got from Tommy?
Street meat.
How do you top
Every time
those
I hit
two?
the stand, gotta get the sausage.
He had some bars in that Drake May one.
He's like, shout out to Stevenson and Henry. Nah. Want to hang out with Joe. So he said something like that, and I was like, oh. So do you know that when I did the Joe and Leroy show, whenever that no longer...
I know, one of my favorites.
You know, he would call in and he would do a rap.
Shout out to Leroy, by the way.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes.
I never know about birthdays and stuff, but I saw him with a candle today. So I would know on my phone, right? It would tell me if it was Leroy's birthday.
I would think so.
See, we work, he works mornings and I work nights, so it's very hard for us to communicate these days. Oh, man, I have 2 Leroy numbers in my phone. Must have been texting the wrong one. Street meat. Gotta hit the stand, gotta get the sausage. Hey, I can't stop. And all I want to say is, you better, like when I hear the song, Lose Yourself in the Saga Swings. The moment you own it, you better never let it go. Man,
Be excited to hear Felger Maz's reaction to their credits on that Drake May song.
Drake May. Gotta watch him every Sunday. Man. Bills suck. Drake May. Sausage.
You gonna wake up tomorrow with the Patriots in first place in the AFC East?
Well, there's 6:55 left for the refs to screw it all up. Just remember that. The refs, I thought the under 51 was a good bet tonight. It's looking all right, but
how did the Falcons lose 30-0 to the Panthers?
How did the Giants beat the Eagles when they lost to the Saints?
Lost to the Saints.
Street meat.
Drake May.
The Michael Penix turnover is coming. It's coming, baby. Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hey, how's it going, Joe?
I'm all right.
Man, my friend, so I just wanted to touch base. Well, first off, Merry birthday, Miss Donnie. Oh my God, legendary. But also, wanted to touch base about the officiating as a whole in the NFL. Did you watch that Kansas City-Detroit game?
I watch all the games.
You watch all of it?
Yes.
Very disappointed with the officiating as a whole lately in the NFL in general. It's just the missed calls, the missed holds. Travis Kelce had an abysmal hold. It's just been really disappointing to watch as an NFL fan. I just think that they need an officiating reform, but that's a controversial take from me. Just want to know your thoughts on it.
No controversies. I think we should all be held accountable for our mistakes. We can all learn from